for my signal.
Welcome on into Red Wilson Field. My name's Henrique Demore. To my left, J.D. Rauchi. We're getting ready for game 1 of 2 today on this Sunday afternoon. Overcast Sunday afternoon. Slight breeze blowing in from left to right at Red Wilson Field between the Gatemen and the YD Yarmouth-Dennis Red Sox. Hi, everybody. Hope you're having a great start to your Sunday. We hope to ride with you into the night. The Gatemen 8-4, excuse me, on the year. YD Red Sox come in today 5-4-2. They have had 2 ties today. Red Wilson Field with no lights. So that partially contributing to things and contributing to our 2:20 now. First pitch, originally 2:30. Got pushed up a little bit to 2:20. But we've got a good one here for you today. The Gatemen walk-off winners last night, and the YD Red Sox probably the hottest team in the Cape League. They haven't lost a game in 4 games, and they have absolutely marauded their way through their last 3 victories, haven't they, JD?
3 straight games that they've won. You mentioned the tie about 4 games ago, so they haven't lost in quite a while, and the last 3 wins, as you mentioned, have been absolutely stellar. How about a 19-2 plus 17 run differential in the last 3 games, 12-1 the last win over Harwich in an absolutely dominant effort, and it could have gotten worse. That game was stopped in the 8th inning because of the lack of lights here at Red Wilson Field. So the Harwich game could have gotten a lot worse. The YD Red Sox are hitting the cover off the ball, and a lot of that is thanks to the 3 and 4 batters in the lineup for game number 1. Andrew Dashbach and Quinn Cotton. Dashbach from Stanford and Cotton from Grand Canyon University. This season, how about a 390 average for Quinn Cotton at Grand Canyon? Those numbers are up toward the very top of the country, tied for 14th in the country in batting average, and it has absolutely translated to the Cape League this season. Cotton coming in, hitting .324, 2 doubles, a triple, and 5 RBIs for him. Meanwhile, Dashbach, .333, 8 hits, 3 doubles, and a home run. And they won 1-0 a couple of nights ago. Dashbach drove in the game-winning run in that victory. So this YD team is absolutely red hot. The bats are absolutely on fire, and the pitching staff has been really good as well of late.
Yeah, the numbers are good all around. So to preview, like you said, they've been hitting the cover off the ball. They've been pitching really, really well. So YD, they come in today the hottest team in the Cape League, wearing their home whites today. But the Gatemen are going to have a tough task ahead of them as they struggled in a 3-2 walk-off win yesterday over the Brewster Whitecaps. But to segue us into a little more detailed analysis of yesterday and today's pitching matchup as well, we are going to throw it over to our host today, Cam Stewart.
Thank you, Henrique. As he mentioned, we are here for a somewhat beautiful day to play 2. We've got overcast and the weather dipping down below into the 60s right now. And for our starting pitcher matchup, can you say boomer sooner? We've got teammates from the University of Oklahoma squaring off today. Nathan Wiles will get the ball for the red-hot Red Sox, and he is 0 for 1 on the year in his 1 start. ERA pretty high at 10.38 as he went 4 1/3 innings and gave up 5 earned runs in an 11-3 loss to Catuit back on June 17th. But in those 4 1/3, he was able to strike out 5 in his 22 batters faced. On the other side, for the Gatemen, it's the first start of the season for Cade Cavalli, who made his only appearance back on June 17th as well in the 10-4 loss to Orleans. The back end of the doubleheader last Sunday gave up 2 runs in an innings pitched and faced 7 batters, walked 2 of them for an ERA of 18 on the year. But a guy who was featured a lot of breaking pitches that we hadn't yet seen from him, a guy who plays both ways for the Sooners. Looks like he is going to be one of the main arms for the Gatemen out of the bullpen this year, but with the doubleheader will get the start today. So a couple of Sooners matching up against each other, and for more with Cade Cavalli, we're going to send it down to our sideline reporter, Mary Orders.
Thanks, guys. So, Cade, your first appearance for the Gatemen was last week, but tonight you're getting your first start. What do you do differently when coming out of the bullpen versus starting?
Coming out of the bullpen and starting is a completely different ball game. Coming out of the pen, you're just sitting there waiting, stretching in between innings, just playing light catch to keep your arm loose because you know that Coach Lawler is good about letting us know when we're about to come in and stuff. So, but for starting, I listen to some music, stretch a little bit before the game, and then I have my whole routine before the game. So I get I know that when I'm gonna pitch, so I get a chance to have the right amount of time to stretch and play catch and stuff. And coming out of the pen, sometimes you have to get hot really fast and stuff like that. So it's completely different.
I was talking to Lund last week, and he mentioned that when he comes out of the bullpen, he just tries to throw like as many strikes as fast as he can. But when he is starting, he needs to like stay more reserved. Would you like agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, every time I get out there, I want to pound the strike zone and go after guys. I'm not going to stay reserved. I'm going to stay in attack mode. So, I mean, we're all different. We're all different pitchers. We all throw different. We have different stuff. But I know for myself that I'm going to go out there and I'm going to just be in attack mode all the time.
And what have you been working on in practice over the past week?
Coach Lawler talks about different tension points in your delivery. And sometimes I'd get a little too tense a little too early, and it would make my front shoulder fly and stuff. So just staying loose throughout my delivery and being able to repeat it and just stay in the strike zone, that's what I'm going to try to do today. Hopefully it works out.
And lastly, you mentioned you listened to music before. What kind of music do you listen to?
I'm a big country guy, so I like listening to some country music.
Who's your favorite artist?
Right now, I mean, I don't know, I can't shy away from Cody Johnson, but I'm listening to a lot of Luke Combs right now.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Cade, thanks so much. Guys, back to you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you once again, Mary. And now for the starting lineups for today's Game 1 of the doubleheader. First for the hosts, the YD Red Sox. They'll get things started with Zach Ashford leading things off and playing right field, followed by the second baseman Christian Koss, and then Andrew Doshbach will be the first baseman and bat third. Quinn Cotton will clean things up and bat fourth out of left field. Reese Albert, the designated hitter today, will bat fifth, followed by Nick Quintana, the third baseman, and then Andrew Martinez, the second baseman, will bat seventh. Matthew Dyer, the catcher, will bat eighth, followed by Johnny DeLuca, the center fielder, who will round things off and bat ninth for Nathan Wiles starting for them today. And for the Gatemen, not many changes. Jeremy Iden still leading off, but Oliver Dunn getting the start at second base and batting second, followed by Andrew Vaughn and Bryant Packard. Austin Shenton will bat fifth and play third base. Bryson Stott will hit sixth and play shortstop today. The designated hitters, Lyle Lockhart batting seventh. Luke Roscom behind the plate for Game 1 will bat eighth, and Dominic Clementi is the right fielder and batting ninth, and Cade Cavalli will get the start in Game 1. Gatemen back in the win column last night in walk-off fashion, and for more in-depth analysis on that game, let's throw it back to our broadcasters, J.D. Rocci and Enrique Demore.
Thank you so much, Cam. Like you said, walk-off winners 3-2. Three of the Gatemen's 7 home wins this year have come, or three of the Gatemen's 7 games at home this year have come in walk-off fashion. Two of them in the 3-2 variety, one to Harwich earlier in the year, but today it was all about yesterday it was about beating up the Brewster Whitecaps in a gloomy, drizzly, just kind of crummy day overall for baseball. But it started with one guy in the offense who got it going, and it was Saheed Valenzuela. He showed a little bit of everything offensively.
Yeah, first pitch he saw at Spillane Field, first pitch he's seen all season at home in a Wareham Gatemen uniform. How about taking it yard over the left field fence on a line drive off a fastball off a pretty good pitcher in Zach Thompson out of Kentucky. So he took him yard in that first at bat, second at bat, a double, and he scored a run in that inning as well. So 2 runs, 2 hits, and guess what? Those 2 runs, those 2 hits, the only runs, the only hits all the way until the 10th inning for the Gatemen. Then he gets on board with a walk and later scores gets on board with a walk and then later scores on an RBI walk-off single from Bryant Packard. So Saheed Valenzuela was the everything man last night for the Gatemen. He was really the only one that was able to get the bat going, and the most impressive part, I think, about it was that he got the bat going from both sides. He's a switch hitter. Started the game against the left-hander, Zach Thompson, so he hit a home run from the right side and a double from the right side. And then he came in against a couple of right-handers, walked twice and scored a run. So he was able to watch pitches and do a good job on both sides of the coin, both sides of the plate. I was very impressed with what I saw from Saheed Valenzuela last night.
Yeah, the offense kind of came through one guy. It was Bryant Packard, though, that delivered the walk-off walk-off single, but it was, of course, Saheed Valenzuela who scored. He scored all 3 runs in the game yesterday. 3 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for the Gatemen yesterday to topple the Brewster Whitecaps, send them to 3-7-1 on the year. Gatemen, like we mentioned, moved into a slightly more commanding lead for first place, 8-4. As everyone else got rained out yesterday, the Gatemen, though, played to victory. But out of the bullpen as well, we saw something pretty impressive. Easton Lucas had a really good start, but Jarrod Horne as well. He impressed. He bounced back really nice from a couple really shaky relief appearances early on.
Yeah, Jarrod Horne up until the 9th inning was absolutely magnificent for the Gatemen. When 3 innings, gave up 2 hits, just 1 earned run, and struck out 4. And that earned run didn't come until the 9th when he walked the first 2 batters he faced, and then Ryan Stoudemire allowed them in, so the run was charged to the stat line of Jarrod Horne. But other than that, he was really magnificent. The breaking ball looked great, was commanding the fastball. It's not going to overpower you. It's a pretty firm fastball, as you put it, but it's not going to overpower you. It's all about location for Jarrod Horne. He had struggled the first couple of times he had played this season, but last night it was absolutely fantastic. Nothing short of really, really great.
And we got to catch up with yesterday's hero on the bump, Jarrod Horne, in the form of an interview. Our Mary Orders got to catch up with Mr. Horne.
Thanks, guys. So, Jarrod, you had your best outing of the season for the Gatemen yesterday. What was working for you?
Just pretty much all my pitches. I was able to mix in all my pitches effectively. Been working with Coach Lawler on the off days, and seems to be working out a little bit. Yeah, just able to go out there and effectively use all my pitches.
What have you been working with Coach Lawler on?
Just tempo throughout my delivery, and not trying to do too much. Just being relaxed and just throwing.
Okay, now time for some fun questions. If you weren't pursuing baseball, what would be your dream job?
I'd probably find a beach house and raise some dogs. Maybe create a few new breeds and just live with a bunch of dogs on a beach.
What's your favorite kind of dog?
I really like yellow labs, and I like St. Bernards.
Do you have any dogs at home?
I have 2 dogs. I have a yellow lab named Bodie, and I have a little puppy French bulldog named Lainey.
Oh, cute. Who is an MLB player you look up to and why?
I'm a really big fan of Matt Cain. He just handled his business real well, was successful, and yeah, I'm a Giants fan too as well. So,
you have an off day tomorrow. What's your ideal off day?
Doing nothing at all, like just laying in bed. Tomorrow I'm probably just gonna hang out with my mom and hopefully do nothing with my mom all day.
Has it been nice having her here?
Yeah, I love my mom.
That's awesome. Some questions about the team. Who has the best fashion on the team?
Best fashion? I'm going to go with probably Connor Lunn. He wears a lot of Lulu, and he's got that SoCal vibe going.
Good. Who has the best music sense, or like similar to you?
I don't know. That's a tough one. I mean, Zach Hart, I listen to his music all the time because he's my ride, and I enjoy it. So he's some good music.
Okay, and lastly, you play for Cal. Is it nice having some of your teammates here in the summer with you?
Absolutely. It's good to have some of my boys out here. Coming into summer ball, not knowing anyone is kind of a little rough, but Joey and Vaughn has made a good time.
Are you going to miss Andrew when he's gone?
Yes, I'm going to miss him a lot.
Okay. Thank you so much. Guys, back to you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mary. A fun interview there with Jarrod Horne. We're going to get right into it here just a few minutes from first pitch. We're going to give it back to Cam Stewart real quick to read you. We're going to take a quick break before we go into first pitch here. Like I said, just a couple minutes away from Red Wilson Field. We'll be right back.
Shop from home year-round on Gatemen.org. You can customize your Gatemen gear from any device, anywhere. We offer a large selection of apparel and unique gifts 24/7, 365. Hard to find sizes, colors, and styles. Youth Clinic registration is also available. Visit us today and remember us for holiday gifts at Gatemen.org. Cape Cod Healthcare is the leading provider of healthcare services for residents and visitors of Cape Cod, with 2 acute care hospitals and more than 450 physicians. For more information, please visit capecodhealth.org. Cape Cod Healthcare, expert physicians, quality hospitals, superior care.
Mezzaluna is a family-run Italian restaurant celebrating 80 years in business. Located on Main Street in Buzzards Bay, Mezzaluna specializes in Italian cuisine, a lunch menu that's the best deal in town, and serves Cape Cod's famous prime rib every Wednesday and Saturday. Come enjoy the feast at Mezzaluna, the Italian family restaurant.
Welcome back. Thank you very much to everybody involved in the broadcast today. Trevor Russo and Cam Gonsalves manning the controls, keeping us on air. We're going to pitch to our host one last time. Cam Stewart, tell the people what they need to know before first pitch.
Thank you, Henrique. Thank you, Henrique. And for our email and social media, the Gatemen Baseball Network would like to remind you that you can contact us by emailing gatemen@pressbox.org. Please feel free to send us your questions or comments, and we'll make sure to address them as soon as possible. Make sure you're keeping up with all the Gatemen action 24/7 by following the Wareham Gatemen on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and SoundCloud. About ready to go for game time. Let's send it back to our broadcasters for Game 1 of the doubleheader.
Thank you very much, Cam. That's our host for today. For Game 1, anyway, Cam Stewart. My name's Henrique DeMore. To my left, J.D. Rachi will be taking you through play-by-play in color of Game 1. 2 7-inning affairs. Getting ready to go here from Merrill Red Wilson Field in beautiful South Yarmouth-Dennis. Jeremy Idens, is the first man to go for the Gatemen. He takes strike 1 out of the hand of Nathan Wiles. Wiles, again, a sophomore from Oklahoma. Him and Cade Cavalli, pair of Boomer-Sooner teammates, as Idens sends a high drive into deep right center field. Under it, making the grab in center field, and we're one out here for Oliver Dunn.
The second baseman from Utah, number 50, Oliver Dunn.
Oliver Dunn getting a shot back in the lineup today. Seeing a lot of rotation in the middle infield. Bryson Stott, the everyday shortstop for the Gatemen, will be heading off to his Team USA duties very soon. So we might see, I know Ryan Kreidler has played some shortstop in his time at UCLA, usually a third base. We might see him up the middle, might see Isaac Collins up the middle. Saheed Valenzuela played shortstop at Cal State Fullerton. It's going to be interesting going forward as Oliver Dunn waves and misses on a fastball out of the hand of Wiles. From the windup. Right down the pipe, strike 2.
This is the part of the order that has to get things going for the Gatemen. It's kind of been the weakness of the Gatemen lineup this season, has been the 1-2 spot.
That one low. Move it to 1 and 2 on Oliver Dunn. And Dunn has struggled. He's hit out of the 2 spot pretty much every time he's been in the lineup. Initially trading time with Isaac Collins at second. Looks at strike 3, right down the middle. 4 pitches. Will put away Oliver Dunn, and now here comes Andrew Vaughn. And he's finding himself in a familiar situation here. 2 outs, bases empty. To your point, JD.
Oliver Dunn not happy with the call from the home plate umpire. You can hear him, or at least we could hear him talking, saying that's off the plate, not even close to being a strike. But you got to adjust to what the umpire is going to give you.
Vaughn, the batter now. Looks at ball 1 outside to the right-hander. From the windup, Wiles deals. That one low as well. Good hard fastball. Doesn't miss by much. Wiles a pretty good year at Oklahoma. His sophomore year. Freshman campaign, a 5.26 ERA. Sophomore year, got it under 4. Just 59 strikeouts and 77 innings of work, as that one is shot foul off the bat of Vaughn. No real protection, protecting the fans from Andrew Vaughn can hit the ball just as hard as pretty much anybody that's on this diamond right now. Tips that one. Ooh, looks like it might have gotten him in the foot. Matthew Dyer up and limping, but it looks like he's okay. He's going to walk it off. Winsing, he'll take a lap. Vaughn in his last day, second to last game as a Gateman. Yesterday's last home game at Spillane Field, him, Bryson Stott, and Mason Fioli honored with personalized bats, as well as a pregame ceremony honoring their, congratulating them on their accomplishments going to the Team USA collegiate team. Vaughn's second time on the team. He's already won team MVP after his freshman year. That's just the kind of accolades this kid's already racked up. Hammers that one high into left field. Back on it and making the catch, Quinn Cotton. That one just kept on carrying and makes the catch just at the base of the fence. We're through half an inning. Gatemen getting nothing. We go to the bottom of the first inning here from Red Wilson Field on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Soft as a Grape has 10 retail locations on Cape Cod. Bring on your Gatemen at any away games, stop into a Soft as a Grape store for the best Cape Cod products. Stores located in Falmouth, Mashpee, Woods Hole, Hyannis, Chatham, Provincetown, Edgartown, Oak Bluffs, and Vineyard Haven. From beach day to every day, Soft as a Grape has you covered.
Whatever your goals may be, Joe Crespi and the Merrill Lynch of Taunton will work with you to develop a customized financial strategy designed to help you pursue what's important to you. Managing your wealth and listening to you is their top priority. Folks, after the game, be sure to visit El Mariachi on Main Street for the best Mexican food in Wareham. The cantina provides a delicious late-night snack accompanied by fun cocktails.
Welcome back to Red Wilson Field. Scoreless through a half an inning. Cade Cavalli's first start of the year. He's had an appearance before, but out of the bullpen. Has gone a significant number of innings, though. He's not a short relief guy. Went long relief his last time out. But Cavalli, another Oklahoma Sooner, on the bump today here at Red Wilson Field. Just finished his freshman year, wears number 26, and he will be the opposite side of the battery will be Luke Roscom today. It's going to be a two-man contest going forward as Michael Amditis heads off to summer school, finish up there at University of Miami. So it'll be him and Drew Millis behind the plate. I'm excited to see what Roscom can do at the plate. He's had his ups and downs behind the plate, but offensively, he's absolutely a force to be reckoned with. Has yet to get it going here on the Cape. Kind of reminds me of another guy we're going to see in today's lineup in the 9-hole, Dominic Clementi, getting his first start in quite a few games out in right field. Michigan Wolverine hit 360 this year, but has yet to get anything going, and I mean anything. He has an RBI ground out, but that's the most productive that he has been at the plate, still searching for that first Cape League hit. But every day's a new day. And he'll get his crack at YD pitching later on.
State, number 7, Zach Ashford.
Zach Ashford will lead things off, junior from Fresno State, followed by Christian Koss of UCI and Andrew Doshbach from Stanford. Lefty Ashford steps in. Open stance, slightly bent knees, takes ball one up and away. From the windup, Cavalli deals. That one slapped into left center field, going back on it, converging. Idens in center field, making his first start there. Catches it just shy of the track. 4 out, number 1. Couple hard hit balls to left field to start things off.
From UC Irvine, number 4, Christian Koss.
Christian Koss playing shortstop today from UC Irvine. About 10 minutes from where I went to high school, visited UCI a ton. And watching them take infield, outfield is one of the coolest things in the world. They're a very disciplined team. It's like watching a well-oiled machine. Chops that one to the right side, done on a few hops. Over to Andrew Vaughn. 4 out, number 2, Cade Cavalli working pretty efficiently, getting some help from his defense.
That's what you like to see from the starting pitcher. Keep the pitch count down, keep the out numbers high, and get things rolling early on.
Andrew Dashbach.
Now here comes Andrew Dashbach, like we said, probably one of the more ferocious hitters in this YD Red Sox lineup. Where number 44, tall right-hander from the Pac-12, steps in to face Cavalli. Bases empty, 2 outs, scoreless in the bottom of the second inning. Red Sox trying to get something going. Did he go around? Appeals made to the first base umpire. Yes, he did. 0-1. Dashbach taps the plate once, swings the bat around slowly. Roscom sets, Cavalli deals that one in the dirt. 1-1. You can hear the breeze blowing ever so slightly on a gloomy day, but temperature-wise not too bad. Low 60s today at Red Wilson. Cavalli, breaking ball, misses low and outside, 2-1. Encouragement coming from the Gatemen pen. Gatemen bench, I should say. The 2-1. Dashbach takes 3-1. Cavalli, like Cam Stewart mentioned, with a really inflated ERA of 18. Had a rough outing against Orleans, gave up 2 earned runs in 1 inning. That'll skyrocket your ERA. That one is high, but foul, right behind us. Fans posted up just about everywhere. Bleachers are not. Trying to get a vantage point of this game action between the Gatemen and the YD Red Sox. First time these two teams are meeting, and now the Gatemen, finally, in game number 13, have seen every opponent in the Cape League. The full count pitch, hammered through the right side. Oliver Dunn outstretched, couldn't get it. Over to cut it off as Dominic Clementi gets it back into Dunn. And a full count single with 2 outs gives the Red Sox something to work with.
It's a really good piece of hitting from Andrew Dashbach. Didn't try to do too much with a fastball on the outer half, just took it the other way. Singled into right field for a base hit.
Quinn Cotton, the batter, from Grand Canyon University. Mentioned he had one of the most impressive years across the country. His GCU number is nothing to sniff at either. That one slapped straight back. Finished up his sophomore year there, 5'11", 200 pounds, a .390 average. Slugged .573, 5 home runs, 19 doubles, and stole 13 bases as well. This kid can do it all. The 0-1, low, 1-1.
It's a good stop from Luke Roscom. Fastball coming in might even be tougher to stop than a breaking ball coming in low because it is coming in at such a quick rate of speed. Good job from Roscom, good instincts behind the plate, drops down, blocks it, and doesn't allow Dashbach to move up.
Cavalli working from the stretch, gets a sign, gets another one, pitches, that one hard ground ball, foul. Giving first base coach almost with a nice barehanded grab, but to no avail. 1-2, Cavalli trying to work out of a little bit of a jam here. If he gets away from Quinn Cotton, the rest of the lineup should be a little smoother sailing. Although this lineup is the hottest in the Cape Cod League of outscored opponents, as we mentioned in the pregame show. So another pickoff attempt is made, nothing doing. Dashbach in there pretty easily. Outscored them 19-3. The last 3 games, they rattled off 3 straight victories to push their record to 5-4-2. They were 2-4-2. Upstairs, he missed with a fastball, 2-2.
Smiles being shared between Andrew Vaughn and Andrew Dashbach, pair of Pac-12 first basemen. They've certainly seen a lot of each other over the last couple of seasons in the Pac-12. Dashbach from Stanford, Vaughn from Cal.
The 2-2 in the dirt. Roscom, like you said, with another good stop there. Doing a better job of dropping to his knees a little closer to the ball. Dropping to his knees and going forward. I mean, that's scary as a catcher because if the batter decides to take a cut and a miss at a ball in the dirt, you're going to get whacked. Gatemen in their road blue and grays. Gray pants, navy blue tops, red numbers on the back. Dashbach takes off on a full count pitch. Another single into right field. Dashbach rounding second. He'll be into third. The throw from Clementi comes into second base. Runners at the corners now for YD.
2 best hitters in the YD lineup by far, Cotton and Dashbach, and they do exactly what you'd expect. They deliver early in this game, trying to get YD out in front in the early going, and Reese Albert had himself a pretty nice season this year at Florida State, and he's no slouch either. He's only played a couple of games here with YD, but hit .268 this year for the Seminoles.
0-2 in yesterday's 12-1 shellacking of the formerly East leading Harwich Mariners. But did score 2 runs, walked 3 times, so managed to get himself on base kind of any which way. First pitch to him, hammered high, shallow in the left field. Over on it is Packard, reaches to his left, almost didn't grab it, but adjusted at the last second and made the catch. Cavalli pitches out of a jam. The YD Red Sox strand 2, and we go to the top of the second, scoreless from Red Wilson Field.
Learning at Curry College extends beyond the classroom and is embedded in all that they do. Curry prepares students to engage in successful careers and active citizenship with a global perspective. Explore undergraduate majors, minors, and concentrations, including new majors in accounting, biochemistry, and software development, online at www.curry.edu.
Get Gatemen gear. Check out the latest styles and colors of your favorite Gatemen apparel. Also in stock, a large selection of Cape League items, including tickets to the All-Star Game. Test your pitching speed and pick up a souvenir ball, all at our merchandise booth.
Since 1950, Morse Insurance has consistently offered the best insurance at competitive rates to generations of clients in southern Massachusetts. If you're frustrated with paying for what essentially feels like just a piece of paper, it's time for you to check out the one-of-a-kind client experience that only Morse Insurance can deliver.
Welcome back, top of the second inning from Red Wilson Field. The Red Sox got a pair of hits, but stranded. Nice, some nifty defense from the Gateman. Brian Packard, he had to wrestle a bit with the gray sky combined with a breeze blowing left to right. He ranged to his left in left field to make that catch, battling with the elements a little bit early here. But Nathan Wiles back to work. The sophomore from Oklahoma sat down the top of the Gateman order in order. Fly out, strikeout, fly out. It'll be Bryant Packard, Austin Shenton, and Bryson Stott. Try to get something going here for the Gatemen. Bryson Stott also in his last day and in a Gatemen uniform. 14 innings left for Stott. I should say 13 at this point.
Number 6, Bryant Packard.
Packard, of course, the walk-off hero in yesterday's game, drove in Saheed Valenzuela, who reached on a walk in the 10th inning to give the Gatemen their 8th win of the season. A very, very hard-fought one against the Brewster Whitecaps. The Gatemen just couldn't get anything going on offense. Had just 2 hits, both off the bat of Valenzuela. This ball 1 comes in high to Packard until the 9th inning, the 10th actually. And both runners in the 9th reached via the walk. Packard slaps one into center field, but back on it is DeLuca, makes the catch over his head for out number 1.
The third baseman from Florida International, number 12, Austin Stenton.
Shenton steps in. Best hitter batting average-wise in this Gatemen lineup. Been slumping a little bit as of late, so he's come back to earth with a 382 batting average. But at one point was hitting pretty consistently in the high 400s, low 500s, if you can believe that. Takes ball 1 low. Shenton, the sophomore from FIU. Also a walk-off hero in Game 1 of a Sunday doubleheader a week ago against Orleans. Out of nowhere, Gatemen were trailing in that one 3-1. 2 guys in front of him reached. Austin Shenton said, let's get on to this second game, and blasted one over the right field wall to beat Orleans in Game 1 before they were stuffed 10-4 at the hands of the Firebirds in Game 2. Trying to avoid a similar fate today, the 2-0 pitch right at the knees. Shenton wasn't what he was looking for, 2-1.
This is a guy you'd like to see get going again, as you mentioned, up into the 500s in terms of batting average. Now down at 382, and down might not be the right word for it, but you'd like to see him get going again. Hasn't had a real good game in a couple of days. It started with that Bourne game, but ever since it just hasn't really gotten going for him.
The 2-2 offering from Wiles. Shenton takes high, 3-2.
Good take on a pretty tough pitch there from Nathan Wiles on the mound.
A payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes.
It's a really nice pitch from Wiles. Buried the breaking ball down and in on Austin Shenton. Shenton couldn't time it up, and even if he had, would have been really tough to do anything with, considering the location and the spin on that pitch. That was really nasty from Wiles.
Yeah, and spin is something to talk about even, yes, with breaking balls, obviously, because that's what makes breaking balls break, but with fastballs as well, something that I learned, and you and I did actually, as Stott takes strike one. Ryan Garcia, who had himself the outing of probably the best outing we've seen out of any starter here on the Cape for the Gatemen. 9 strikeouts in 4 innings. The kid was absolutely filthy. He's a little guy. He's 5'10", 5'11". But Isaac Collins, we were talking to him the other day, strike 2. Isaac Collins, another sub-6-foot guy, and he was saying, you know, we're talking about what makes his pitches so nasty is that his fastball, because he is a littler guy on the mound, it makes it look like it's rising. It's not a usual downward angle as Stott takes low, ball 1. But he also says he just puts a lot of backspin on his fastball. So it's a really deceptive angle. We saw a lot of Orleans Firebirds hitter cut and miss at pitches that ended up at shoulder level. It was really something to marvel at. 1-2 inside. Stott did a good job of selling it as well. 2-2. Top of the second inning, 0-0 ball game. Game 1 of 2 today between the Red Sox and the Gatemen. 2-2 pitch. High fly ball, shallow left field. Quintana and Cotton converging on it. Cotton comes in, parks himself, and makes the catch. The Gatemen go 1-2-3 for the second inning in a row. We're going to go to our sideline reporter, Mary Orders, who has Saheed Valenzuela with a couple words on the Gatemen.
The YD Red Sox merchandise booth has everything from t-shirts, hats, sweatshirts, and polos, as well as memorabilia. The merchandise booth is open through the end of the 7th inning and is once again located at the base of the press box. Be sure to stop by and support the YD.
Thanks, guys. Saheed, you were the only Gateman to have a hit yesterday until the 10th inning. How did it feel to come up big for your first game at Splain?
It felt good. I was seeing the ball well, so it was good to have a good day on my first game at our home field.
And what pitches were you seeing yesterday?
First pitch when I hit the home run, it was a fastball, and I was just looking fastball that first at bat. But then every other at bat, I was just sitting fastball and just spitting on all the off speed. And I got 2 walks, didn't get my pitch, so I had pretty good at bats yesterday.
And what are you expecting out of the game today?
Just to go out there and have fun and play best of my abilities and put up more quality at bats.
Great. Thanks so much, Saheed. Guys, back to you.
Thank you for helping us support this worthy cause.
Thank you very much, Mary. Got to catch up with yesterday's hero, Saheed Valenzuela of Cal State Fullerton. One of the many middle infielders in this Gatemen lineup. Going to create a little bit of a heavy task for Don Sneden and company, figuring out who to play at what points. Oliver Dunn, Isaac Collins, Ryan Kreidler, Saheed Valenzuela, and Isaac Collins all jostling for the 4 and 6 spots in the defensive lineups. Nick Quintana, the batter, with bases empty here to start off the second inning. It'll be Quintana, Martinez, followed by Dyer, third baseman, second baseman, catcher for these YD Red Sox. First pitch out of the hand of Cavalli, low, 1-0. Our part Nathan Wiles has looked good so far. Sat down the Gatemen 1-2-3 in both of his innings of work. Cavalli's job to go punch for punch with him until the Gatemen can get something going offensively. That one at the letters didn't miss by much, 2-0. Cavalli sets, takes a deep breath. Wearing the red long sleeves under the blue short sleeve jersey. 2-0, hard fastball, got him at the knees.
It's a good pitch from Cavalli. Needed a strike, get you over at the knees. It was also on the outer half, so now you might go something soft inside if you can.
We'll see what Cavalli gives. The 2-1 went up and in and missed. But going back to that pitch, I think that was also a good pitch on 2-0 because as a hitter on 2-0, you're looking for one pitch and one pitch only. There aren't too many guys, just statistically speaking, I think they're looking low outside fastball as well on their go-to pitch. 3-1, rip and a miss. He wanted all of that one, got 0 of it. Full count. To Quintana at Arizona this year, playing third base today for the YD Red Sox. Red Sox got a pair of base knocks in the top of the inning. But Reese Albert stranded both of them. Dashbach and Cotton doing what they do best. Hit the ball hard. And that one hit hard to the fence straight back. So we'll do it again, full count on Quintana. Cavalli set. Base is empty. No outs in the bottom of the second inning. Full count offering again. He lost him. Down in the dirt, bounced on home plate. Roscom blocked it, but ball 4. So the Red Sox get their third base runner of the day. Here comes Andrew Martinez from UC Santa Barbara. Gaucho redshirt freshman, trying to get something going for the Red Sox. Redshirted his freshman year. From St. Francis High School originally. 244 average in 37 games. Rip and a miss. Had a good breaking ball low. He was not expecting that at all. More words of affirmation coming from Don Sneden and Jim Lawler. Gatemen head coach and pitching coach respectively. Shenton at third, ready for the bunt, playing even with the bag. Weak dribbler foul straight back, 0-2. Infield double play depth, stop playing a little closer to the bag. Pickoff attempt, almost got him there. Quintana was facing the other way, but only about a foot or two off the bag, so easy to get back. Vaughn using all of his 5'10", 5'11" frame at first base. Very defensively sound first baseman as well as an offensive machine. The 0-2 in the dirt. Roscom not able to keep it in front of him. Rolls to his right. Over to second easily on the wild pitch is Quintana.
Just got a little bit away from Cavalli there. Pretty good 2-strike pitch if he had at least kept it out of the dirt and allowed Roscom to have an opportunity at making a play, but I like the breaking ball away, down and away to a right-handed hitter in an 0-2 situation, but I don't like the fact that it moves Quintana up to second base.
And like you said, JD, otherwise a really good 2-strike pitch. A little higher, Martinez might have bit on it, and Quintana might have stayed at first base. Stop backs off Quintana. Goes forward with it, the 1-2, lifted lazily into right field. Vaughn running over, he'll run out of room. So we'll do it again, 1-2. Matthew Dyer waits on deck. Got a pinch hit appearance in the 12-1 win over Harwich yesterday for YD. Went 0 for 1. But still hitting a good 273 on the year. But right now it's about Andrew Martinez. 1-2, chopped up the middle. Stott gloves it to his left across the diamond. 6-3 put out, but it'll advance the runner over to third. With one out and a runner on third, you got to think the Red Sox are in a pretty good position here. After scoring 19 runs in their last 3 games, you would like to think that they'd be able to push a run across here in the second.
Well, you're in a good spot because with now just one out, a fly ball to the outfield pretty much guarantees that Quintana's going to score unless it's a blooper out to the outfield. So really the only thing that isn't going to score a run here is maybe a ground ball sharply hit or a strikeout or a bloop out. So, or I shouldn't say bloop out, a pop out, but everything else will score a run.
And a guy who we know has a fantastic arm out there in the outfield as a fastball comes in 1-0 is Bryant Packard out there in left. And if teams have done their homework, they will think twice before running on Mr. Packard. Put out what should have been a sacrifice fly in Game 1 of that Orleans doubleheader a week ago. 2-0, that one misses inside. Dyer hit 268 this year at Arizona. .43 games as the everyday catcher for the Wildcats out there in the Pac-12. Strike one at the knees. Runner at third, one away for the Red Sox, trying to continue a 3-game win streak. The Gatemen hopped back into the win column yesterday after back-to-back losses for the first time this year. Squares around a bunt, the squeeze foul.
First time we've seen that this year.
Yeah. On his horse was Quintana. He would have scored on it if they would have gotten that down. Scott Pickler, the field manager and head coach of the YD Red Sox and company, getting creative here on how to push a run across early on. The 2-2, no squeeze this time. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. Good pitch from Cavalli for the second out of the inning. That one brought to you by Lang, Exafaris, and Bullard.
Well, I said that everything except a shallow fly ball, a hard hit ground ball, and a strikeout, we're going to score you a run. And look at that, Cade Cavalli coming up big, striking out Matthew Dyer, and now the bottom of the order and Johnny DeLuca coming to the plate. So certainly a possibility that Cavalli could get out of this inning unscathed.
Johnny DeLuca, today's center fielder, takes ball one low. Started 55 games for the Ducks, originally from Agora Hills, California. 5'11", 180. The 1-0. Upstairs. Showed a little bit of pop this year as well for the Ducks. Set a freshman record with 6 home runs. Tied on the team lead. Waiting on the 2-0. He'll get it from Cavalli. Low, 3-0. Miss with the fastball. Didn't play in yesterday's win over Harwich. Jensen Elliott picked up the win in that one. Here at Red Wilson Field yesterday. The 3-0 pitch. Upstairs, did not miss by much. Luke Roscom giving his pitcher an affirmatory, hey, cool it down, pushed both hands from about waist to knee level, saying, hey, you're good, settle down. Runners at the corners here, though. A scoreless tie. That'll bring Jim Lawler, the pitching coach for the Gatemen, out to talk strategy. And you can discuss investment strategy as well with Joe Crespi from Merrill Lynch, who sponsors this trip to the mound.
Cavalli's been pitching well. It's just a couple of batters that have gotten away from him. He had Dashbach down to 2 strikes. Same thing with Quinn Cotton. Both of them delivering hits back in the first inning, but got out of that inning. And then Nick Quintana and now Johnny DeLuca have both the walks sandwiched in between 2 pretty good at-bats, with getting Andrew Martinez to ground out to shortstop and Matthew Dyer to strike out. So if you're Cavalli, you should be pretty confident with what you've done so far. You just got to settle in here, throw strikes, and try to sit down Zach Ashford like you did the first time around.
He's got to locate a little better, like you were saying. J.D. and Zach Ashford indeed was sat down the first time out. But a long, long fly out to Jeremy Idens, who's getting his first start in center today, usually the right fielder when he's in the lineup. First pitch fastball misses high again. Luke Roscom again, keep it low. Sophomore from Nebraska in the all-red catcher's gear, repping his Cornhuskers with a traditional base coach-esque catching helmet with the white N on the back of it. Low again, 2-0. Trying to regain his confidence with the fastball here, but he's missing a little bit. Runners at the corners, 0-0 ball game. Red Sox threatening in the bottom of the second inning. Pickoff attempt over to first, nothing doing. Quintana at third. Wavering off the bag, but doesn't budge either. Johnny DeLuca at first base. Another pickoff attempt. Ashford batting for the second time in as many innings. Christian Koss right behind him in the on-deck circle. With 2 away, Ashford steps back in. Junior from Fresno State trying to extend the inning. 2-0 pitch, right down Broadway. There we go.
Don Sneden telling Luke Roskin behind the plate, watch the delayed steal here.
And wouldn't be surprised. Infielders got to be ready as well. Stop playing a little closer to the bag than Oliver Dunn. The 2-1 pitch. Upstairs. He's missing that upper outside corner, but not by much, JD.
If you're Cavalli, I still think you're missing not by too much, but I still think you got to bring that pitch down. You're going to get hurt if you leave a fastball up, especially with Quintana at third and pretty good speed in DeLuca on the base paths.
3-1 pitch, left it upstairs again. Back-to-back walks will load the bases. YD with a huge opportunity here to break this one wide open.
The shortstop.
Christian Koss, the shortstop from the University of California at Irvine, will bat.
I think this is an even bigger opportunity for Cade Cavalli to show what he's made of. Set down Koss. Big pressure situation. Young guy, only coming off his freshman season at Oklahoma. And he struggled quite a bit at Oklahoma this year on the mound. 7.80 ERA. Made 10 appearances, only lasted 15 innings. Opponents hit 271 against him.
Little dribbler up the middle. This should do it. It was a foul ball. As they're ruling, it went off his foot. And Koss limping a little bit, so I think that was, in fact, the right call.
Well, Don Sneden has something else to say about that. So,
or at least we thought he did, as he retreats back to the dugout. So the bases will stay loaded. Man, what a tough break. That would have been exactly what Cavalli needed. A good pitch, got weak contact off the bat of Koss. Little dribbler went about 30 feet. Cavalli's ready to pick it up and rifle it over to Andrew Vaughn at first base, but instead will do it again. Bases loaded, 2 down for the Red Sox in the bottom of the second inning. Try to break a scoreless tie. The 0-1 to Koss. Gets him at the letters. He brings it down a little bit, but still a dangerous location, JD.
And that one was over the heart of the plate as well, so if Koss decides to take a swing at that, that could be in the gap, and 2 or 3 runs could be on the board right now.
Cavalli in the driver's seat here, though. Got no 2 count on the shortstop Koss. The pitch. Fastball just missed inside.
It's a great spot from Cade Cavalli. 2 strikes. That's what you want to see. Fastball on the inner half. Would have tied him up if he had swung at it. Could have even sawed him off.
1-2 pitch. Went with the breaking ball low that time. Well located. Got him to bite on it, but Koss doing a good job. Chasing pitches, well, actually, chasing the wrong word there. Battling off, fighting off pitches with 2 strikes, so we'll do it again, 1-2.
Good deceptive breaking ball off the hand of Cade Cavalli that time. Looked like it was in the zone momentarily, then some nice back-end bite to it. Floated into the left-handed hitting batter's box, but pretty good job from Christian Koss to spoil it.
The 1-2 pitch. Swinging a drive foul. We'll do it again. Cavalli's pitch count rapidly climbing and approaching 50. Through 16 pitches in the first for the 50th or 48th pitch of the day coming in from Cavalli. Again with the 1-2. Inside 2-2.
Still like that pitch on a 2-strike count with less than 2 balls. Again, going to be tough to hit if Koss decides to take a swing at it. Now that he doesn't, you're still technically ahead in the count with a ball to give, and if you throw a strike here, it's strike number 3, and he's out of the jam.
Bases juiced for the Red Sox. Cavalli, the 2-2. Breaking ball, got him looking. What a pitch, what an inning for Cade Cavalli. That one brought to you by the official strikeout sponsor of the Gatemen, the law offices of Lang, Exafaris, and Bullard. Second strikeout of the day, and what a big one it was for Cavalli. We go to the top of the 3rd inning, still scoreless at YD.
The 2018 Cape League All-Star Game will be played at White House Field in Harwich Sunday, July 22nd. Game time is 6 p.m., gates open at 2. One highlight will be the Cumberland Farms home run hitting contest. There will also be an autograph session and a large merchandise village with items from many of the teams. Support the Gatemen in part by purchasing your ticket right now at the merchandise booth. Tickets are just $5.
Head on over to BB's Bar and Grill for food, drinks, and fun. Located just off Cranberry Highway, come in to sample the scrumptious fare or relax with a drink while enjoying live entertainment. The Gatemen thank BB's Bar and Grill for their support.
The law firm of Lang, Exafaris & Bullard, providing families and businesses in the greater New Bedford community with legal services for 40 years. We look forward to serving you. For an appointment, call 508-992-1270. We invite you to learn more about the law firm of Lang, Exafaris & Bullard by visiting our website, lxblaw.com.
Welcome back. Top of the third inning. What an inning from Cade Cavalli. Walked the bases loaded and then struck out Christian Koss to get out of a jam. Big-time players make big-time plays, and although Cavalli dug himself into a bit of a hole there, like you said, JD, a fantastic opportunity to show what he was made of, and boy, did he deliver.
That's all you can ask for. Once you get into that situation, you can't think about, oh, how did I get myself into this situation? It's about, hey, how can I get myself out? Cade Cavalli did just that. Showed poise on the mound from the youngster, and that's what you want to see if you're Don Sneden and Jim Lawler.
Lockhart Jr., the batter, he will start things off for the Gatemen in the top of the third inning. 7, 8, 9. Lockhart, Roscom, and Clementi. Clementi finding himself back in the lineup after an absence of a few days. Lockhart takes strike one at the chest. Lockhart in a little bit of a slump offensively after a good start in his first couple games of the season for the Gatemen. Hacks at that 1-0-2. Puts all that lettuce back in the helmet. A lot of hair under there for Lockhart Jr. Just finished up his sophomore year at University of Houston. Hit .298. Trying to get things going similarly here at the Cape. Misses low with that one. Good waste pitch on 0-2, 1-2. The 1-2 to Lockhart. Ground ball, weakly hit, foul down the first base line. We'll do it again. Lockhart, I think overall, we know he's a two-way player from Houston. Mid-6 ERA this year for the Cougars. Had a tough outing against Orleans, trying to bounce back from that overall. The Gatemen dropped that one 10-3. 1-2, good hard fastball. I like that pitch on 0-2, 2-2. From the windup, Wiles deals. Hard ground ball, right side, could it get through it? Will not. Ranging Martinez over to first base to Dashbach. Well positioned was the second baseman. Martinez got it over to Dashbach, 1 out.
The catcher from Nebraska.
You know, Lockhart's a pull hitter from the left side, so you station yourself more toward the first base bag than the second base bag. If you're the second baseman there, Andrew Martinez makes a nice play. I think he could have set himself a little bit more before making the throw that he did, but still an impressive defensive play from Martinez.
A 4-3 putout is a 4-3 putout. Roscom mean ripping a miss at a fastball upstairs, 1-0. Second offering from Wiles. Fastball at the knees, that'll leave in the count. Roscom, tall left-handed stance. That one low, 2-1. 1 out, top of the third here at Red Wilson Field. First of 2. Pair of 7-inning affairs coming at you. And a couple of Big Ten bats in these next 2 for the Wareham Gatemen. Dominic Clementi waits on deck from Michigan. That one low, well located, evens the count at 2-2. And there's a very good pitch right there. Tough one to hit.
Where'd you get that from?
Amuse.
Oh, okay.
Got many of them. 2-2 hammered into right field. Oh, right at Andrew Martinez. I got a little presumptuous there. Luke Roscom put an absolute charge into that one. He and me as well thought he had a base hit on that one, but right to Martinez. Tough luck for Roscom. And Wiles has sat down 8 straight now.
Gatemen went through a similar stretch last night against Jeff Criswell of Michigan. Sat down 9 in a row after Zach Thompson had set down 3 in a row before he was pulled from the game. So 12 straight batters did not reach base. It was something along the lines of from the 3rd until the 8th inning, the Gatemen did not have a base runner.
Yeah.
They have yet to have one thus far today.
Trying to crack the case that is Nathan Wiles. Dominic Clementi sends a ground ball over the right side, booted off the glove of Martinez, and there's that first base runner.
First base runner could be first base hit here for Dominic Clementi on the Cape this season. We'll see how they score it. It was going to be a tough play for the second baseman Martinez either way, but the way it kind of rolled off his glove and up his arm might be scored as an error, but nonetheless, Clementi finds a way on. That's what you want to see out of your 9-hole hitter. And now it's the top of the order and a very dangerous hitter in Jeremy Idens, and they will indeed give a single to Dominic Clementi.
There you go.
He breaks the over, and he is on the board in the Cape League.
Good to see he's on base. He did have an RBI prior to that, though. Jeremy Idens takes ball 1 low. Idens flew out to DeLuca out there in center field his last time up. Back in the first inning, but the Gatemen with their first base runner. Trying to convert on an opportunity here with 2 outs. Oliver Dunn waits on deck. 1-0, breaking ball. Well placed for strike 1. Top of the 3rd inning, man at first, 2 down for the Gatemen. We are scoreless at Red Wilson Field. First meeting between these 2 teams. A 1-1 low. Nathan Wiles still managing to keep the pitch count low. Through almost 3 innings of work, 40. Certainly helps when you sit down the first 8 guys in order, though. 2-1 pitch, weak dribble up the third base line. Going to be tough for Quintana across the diamond, safe by a step. The Gatemen with a couple lucky base runners have something going here. Oliver Dunn going to try to convert.
Hey, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. And that's what the Gatemen are going to take any type of base runner they can, and that was just a well-placed dribbler from Jeremy Idens. Good speed down the base paths. Beats out a throw from a pretty good third baseman in Quintana. Made a nice play, nice throw across his body, but against a couple of other base runners in this Gatemen lineup, that would have been an out. But Idens has good speed, and runners at first and second now for Oliver Dunn.
Does push Clementi to second, like you said. Oliver Dunn will bat with a man in scoring position. Strikeout victim in the first. The always dangerous Andrew Vaughn waits on deck. Dunn will be well served to turn the bat over to him with a base runner or 2 aboard. But the big opportunity himself with a base knock could give the Gatemen a 1-0 lead. Wiles comes set, takes a deep breath. Dunn showing bunt. Pulled back, I guess. Let's that one go by 1-0. Two hits apiece for both these ball clubs. 2 on the ground for the Gatemen. 2 liners to Clementi. Back barely. Wiles with a nifty move. Some good communication there between him and his shortstop. Christian Koss gives more signs before he retreats. Clementi was caught sleeping out there. Wiles ready with the 1-0. Deep breath. Check Clementi, goes forward. Breaking ball, drops in there, well placed, 1-1.
Big gap down the left field line. They're playing him to pull. Oliver Dunn, the left-hander, if he can get it to go the other way. There's a lot of space out there that straight away down the left field line.
Swing and a miss, fastball low, 1-2. Now you're telling me, JD, there's about 80 feet of room between the left field line and Quinn Cotton. They're playing him to pull hard. Almost up the middle is Koss. Right in between first and second on the outfield grass is Martinez at second base. With 2 down and 2 on. The 1-2 from Wiles. Upstairs, 2-2. More signs from Koss. I imagine it will be just the matchup at home plate that's focused on 2-2. Weak ground ball, right side. And a little bit of confusion as Dashbach gloves it and steps on first. Debating a balk is what I'm hearing out of my headset, but I'm not entirely sure. Either way, there's a little bit of confusion. Maybe they're saying Dunn fouled it off his foot or something.
Well, Dunn didn't move at all out of the batter's box.
Yeah, that's what initially made me think it was a foul ball.
And they're going to say, it looks like they're going to say it was a balk.
But both runners
moved up.
They did move up, yes.
So Iden's at second and Clemente at third.
So Dunn now, with a swing of the bat, could make it a 2-0 ball game, but Wiles in the driver's seat. The 2-2. Got a piece of it. That one clunks off the umpire's foot. We'll do it again, 2-2. First balk we've seen all year as well.
First suicide squeeze attempt earlier in the game. First balk now. It's a game of firsts here in the 13th game of the season. First time we're seeing the YD Red Sox as well.
The 2-2. Got him on the knees. That one did hit him. And the bases are loaded for Andrew Vaughn with 2 outs.
Well, if you're Andrew Vaughn and you're the Gatemen, you're pretty happy about where you're at right now. Most dangerous hitter in this Gatemen lineup in terms of power, RBIs, extra base hits. This is the guy you want at the plate.
Yeah, I think as far as just pure hitter, best guy in this lineup is Andrew Vaughn. Stocky first baseman from Cal trying to put a charge into one here. 2 outs, bases are empty. First pitch to Vaughn, takes a rip at it, sends one down the third base line into the bleachers. 0-1. So back-to-back half innings, we've seen guys trying to get out of bases loaded jams with 2 outs. Cavalli did so with aplomb. Back in the bottom of the second inning, and now for YD, Nathan Wiles trying to do the same. Pair of Oklahoma Sooners showing their mettle here early. The 0-1. Outside evens the count, 1-1.
Still a good pitch from Wiles, outer half. We've seen teams try to pitch Vaughn to go the other way, but he's proven he can hit it to all fields. 4 home runs this season. 2 to left, 2 to right.
A lot of dingers, a lot of RBIs for Mr. Vaughn. The 1-1 pitch. Weakly hit chopper, third base line. Going to be another nifty play from Quintana across the diamond. It pulled him off the bag. 1 run will score. And a second one coming around in Jeremy Idens. 2-0 Gatemen.
You mentioned it was going to be a tough play for Quintana. It certainly was. Coming across his body on a charge. Very similar to the Idens base hit. So, again, we'll have to see how they score it.
The left fielder from East Carolina, number 6.
But Vaughn will probably get an RBI on one of those. We'll see if Idens ruled an RBI as well, or if they'll rule that he advanced on the throw, if they do in fact rule that an error. A lot of ifs to be determined scorebook-wise. The thing is not up for debate is that the Gatemen lead it 2-0. Oliver Dunn able to move up to second. Andrew Vaughn sits at first base. Bryant Packard, the batter, now with 2 away and a 2-0 lead for the Gatemen.
It'll be a single and 1 RBI for Andrew Vaughn, so Idens coming in to score on the throw.
It is in fact what they rule. That one hard hit. Drops to a knee, does Dashbach, but steps on first for the out. The Gatemen get 2 across in the top of the 3rd inning. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll throw it to Cam Stewart for a look around the Cape League on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Stop by the Ansel S. Gurney House, where you will find a unique shopping and dining experience. Whether shopping for a special occasion or just to treat yourself, you'll find what you're looking for in one of the 11 themed rooms. There's also a cafe serving fresh homemade lunches overlooking the extensive gardens. The Ansel S. Gurney House is located at 403 County Road in Marion. Welcome back to Red Wilson Field in YD, where the Gatemen now have a 2-0 lead here on the Gatemen Baseball Network. Looking around the Cape League today, Brewster is trying to battle back from the tough loss in Wareham last night, but are trailing the Commodores 4-2 at home in the fourth. A couple of runs have scored on wild pitches for Falmouth today. Elsewhere, our other two games are scoreless as Harwich and Bourne has just started from Doran Park in the bottom of the first, and Hyannis travels down to the Cape to Eldridge Park taking on Orleans, that game in the top of the fifth. That was your mid-third look around the Cape League. Now back to our broadcasters, J.D. Rachi and Henrique DeMore for the game.
Thank you so much, Cam. Full slate today on doubleheader Sunday before off-day Monday, at least for some teams. For the Gatemen, they have not had a rain out just yet. And the higher-ups in the Gatemen organization say, they say, oh, you criticize the stone dust, the gravel-like substance that the infield's made of. They credit that. They say, look, we've had no rain out so far, so your off days are as scheduled so far. Now, there also hasn't been a ton of rain coming through to Spillane, but it allows the field to dry just a little bit better. Andrew Dashbach, the better. Will be followed by Quinn Cotton and Reese Albert in the third inning as the Red Sox try to answer back. Trailing for the first time in a long time. 4 games to be exact. Strike one to Dashbach. Dashbach with a missile single into right field, and the guy behind him did the same. But both those runners stranded in the first inning. Swing and a miss. Cavalli coming out firing on all cylinders. 0-2 as he cuts through a low breaking ball. From the windup, the 0-2. Swinging a chop foul. Dashbach batting .360, Koss batting .353, and the guy on deck .342 for Quinn Cotton. Those are the only 3 batters above 300 for YD, but it certainly hasn't slowed down an offense that, like we said, has put up 19 runs in their last 3 games. That one roped down the left field line, but foul. Dashbach put good wood on that one. He straightens that out. That's a double down the left field line, but right now still 0-2. Cavalli in the driver's seat. Can't.
They're actually going to change the scoring here. It'll be a single and then an error on the run scored for Jeremy Idens back in the last half inning.
I think that is more correct as Dashbach fouls that one straight back. So Vaughn still 1 for 2 with an RBI. The ruling that it was in fact a single, but scoring on the error was Jeremy Idens, the 0-2. Outside 1-2. Gatemen stranded 2, but scored 2 last inning, and that's where we stand right now. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors for Wareham. Breaking ball, got him looking. Dashbach knew it. Third strikeout of the day for Mr. Cavalli, and that one, of course, brought to you by Lang, Exafaris, and Bullard, the strikeout sponsor of the Wareham Gatemen.
Cotton.
Been really impressed with how Cavalli not only battled back from that bases-loaded jam in the second, but to a guy who ripped a single off him the last time, and I mean ripped. He attacked him the whole way, but misses low with a fastball to Quinn Cotton.
Been impressed with what I've seen from Cavalli. You mentioned the poise, and I think that's been one of the standout qualities from this Gatemen team is that they have been poised in tough situations for the most part this season.
1-0, checked it. That's going to be fair. Roscom spinning throw. Got him. A 2-3 put out as Luke Roscom with some heads-up baseball. Cade Cavalli smiling at his catcher.
Designated hitter.
Honestly surprised Roscom could even see the baseball. The way his mask had come off when he spun to throw, it was like 3/4 the way off his face.
Yep.
The bar on the mask was blocking his left eye, so he looked like he was doing that halfway blind. Still made a perfect throw down to Andrew Vaughn for the out.
2 up, 2 down. The most dangerous hitters in the lineup sat down via the strikeout and incredibly weak contact. Now Reese Albert, the batter, flew out his last time up. Bases empty, 2 outs. His team trailing 2-0 in the bottom of the third inning. From the windup, Cavalli, 1-0 pitch. Hard fastball on the outside corner. Good bounce back pitch. The 1-1. Low in the dirt. Bounced in front of home plate by about 5 or 6 feet. Ball boy comes on to collect that with a batting helmet and a full mask. Not often you see that. But on the field, the left-handed hitting Albert. Waiting on the 2-1. Inside 3-1.
I think Cavalli just overthrew that fastball. Missed a little too far inside to to Albert here,
Reese Albert of Florida State, one of these guys with 2 first names, or 2 last names, depending on how you look at it. The 3-1 pitch. Got him at the letters. Bit of a late call from the home plate umpire, but that'll run the count full.
Well located breaking ball, outer half. Reese Albert thought it was a little bit too far outside, but home plate umpire didn't. His opinion is the only one that matters.
The payoff pitch. Inside, dinged off Roscom as well. So that'll put a runner on here with 2 outs.
The third baseman from Arizona, number 12.
Nick Quintana, the batter from Arizona, had to make a couple really tough plays at third base. And performed pretty well for the most part, but an errant throw allowed another Gateman run to score, 1 more than it should have been. Now the way the Gatemen would have led, but now they lead it 2-0, and he's got a base runner to work with on the offensive side of things right now. First pitch to him. Takes a fastball at the knees, 0-1. Quintana just finished up his sophomore year at Arizona, teammates with Matthew Dyer. The 0-1 pitch. Another hard fastball, 0-2.
Luke Roscom shaking his head yes to that pitch. Really liked the location from Cavalli. I can't blame Luke for appreciating that pitch.
Not too much of a lead off first for Albert. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Did he go around? Yes, he did. That one in the dirt. Luke Roscom will pick up the ball and officially tag him to complete the out. Quintana down on strikes. That one brought to you, of course, by Lang, Exafaris, and Bullard through 3. Cavalli has struck out 4, and the Gatemen lead it 2-0. We go to the top of the 4th on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Get Gatemen gear. Check out the...
Are you hungry? Visit the concession stand for some new menu items. Try fried dough, chicken fingers, or French fries along with your regular favorites, hot dogs, burgers, cold drinks, and ice cream. Proceeds from the concession stand support the Gatemen and the Wareham High DECA program.
The Bay Point Golf Club offers a unique collection of 18 championship golf holes, a beautiful banquet facility, and a club host that has a fully stocked pro shop. The Bay Point Grill is a perfect place to grab a meal or watch a game. The course is located off of Onset Avenue in Buzzards Bay. The Gatemen thank you for your support.
Got legal trouble? Attorney Mark Deshays is here to help the greater New Bedford area with real estate and business law, estate planning, and probate. Visit him today.
Welcome back, top of the 4th inning. Gatemen trying to capitalize on a 2-0 lead in the 3rd, trying to pile it on a little more here against Nathan Wiles. Had himself a tough inning. The Gatemen sent 7 men to the plate. And not a ton of hard-hit balls off the Gatemen bats, but like you said, sometimes better be lucky than good. Not all the Gatemen hits were, lucky or whatever, but it hasn't come in a conventional sense for Wareham today.
Usually you see this team raking in terms of Austin Shenton, Andrew Vaughn, Bryant Packard. Those guys usually hit the ball pretty hard. Today it's been dribblers and some good base running. A little bit of luck with a balk. First balk we've seen this season. But you know what? Like I said, better to be lucky than good sometimes. The Gatemen have a 2-0 lead.
Got a 2-0 lead, trying to push their record, Cape League best, 8-4 to 9-4. And if they have it their way, 10-4 by day's end. This one the first of 2. Wiles the first pitch to Shenton. Hard fastball misses upstairs, 1-0. Infield straight up. At third base, Quintana about 15 feet off the line, playing even with the bag. The 1-0. Thought about it, didn't. 2-0. Two runs, 3 hits, no errors for Wareham. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error for the YD Red Sox. 2-0. Upstairs, 3-0. Wiles not finding the zone too well early on here in the 4th. Breeze still blowing left to right, but it's starting to blow a little more out to center field. Get me over fastball, does just that. Strike at the knees, 3-1. Shenton, Stoughton, Lockhart, 5, 6, 7 for the Gatemen in the 4th inning. From the windup, the 3-1 pitch, low. He lost him. 5-pitch walk puts the leadoff man aboard for Wareham.
The shortstop from UNLV.
And part of what makes, we've talked about it some this year, JD, but part of what makes especially the middle of this Wareham lineup so dangerous is a lot of these guys, they take really patient at-bats. They work counts really well. Andrew Vaughn especially, I think he's the king of it. Despite how the at-bats might go in the end, but even the way he takes pitches, it's like he, as he rockets that one, Bryson Stott with a base knock down the right field line. That could be 2. Rounding second over to third is Austin Shenton. They will hold him up at third. Stand-up double. There's the hard hit ball we were looking for from the Gatemen.
First pitch that Bryson Stott sees, rockets it down the right field line. First extra base hit of the day for the Gatemen. First hit that's gone out of the infield for Wareham. But you know what? I'll take what they can get. And now runners both in scoring position for Lyle Lockhart. Perfect time for Lockhart to come through and really cement his place in this Gatemen lineup.
He's batting out of the DH spot pretty much all year. Like you said, JD, with a really good opportunity here. 3 infield singles in the 3rd and a rocket double off the bat of Stott in the 4th. Lockhart bats from the left side against the righty Nathan Wiles. First pitch to him in the dirt, blocked well by Dyer.
And Dyer has an interesting frame behind the plate. Tall, very tall for a catcher.
Yeah.
6'4", but incredibly skinny, just 174 pounds.
Wow. That's not much more than I weigh. I'm 8 inches shorter than that kid.
Yeah, he's not the biggest dude back there, but using the gangly limbs that time to block the pitch from Nathan Wiles. So there are some advantages to having that kind of frame.
1-0 misses high and away, 2-0. That'll pull Dyer out of his squat and over to the mound. Talk to his starter. He's given up 2 runs on 3 hits. 4 hits, I should say now. But the 2 runs were given up on the 3 hits. The 4th one of the day coming off the bat of Stott just a minute ago. Has hit a batter and walked one as well. Gatemen pushed all their runs across in the 3rd inning of today's 7-inning contest, first of 2. Little bit of a chilly day today, so you see a lot of guys rocking long sleeves under the jersey. Lockhart with black. That one chopped towards the first base dugout. Not what you want to see on a 2-0 offering. Got what he wanted, but just mistimed it. Another 2-1 pitch as Wiles tries to claw back into this count. Runners on 2nd and 3rd. Nobody out. Gatemen threatening again in the top of the 4th inning. Wiles set from the stretch. Looks at the runner, goes forward. 2-1 lifted high, deep into right center field. Ashford and DeLuca going back. They look up, and it's gone. It cleared the fence by a hair. Lyle Lockhart Jr. How about that for a way to cement your place in the lineup? 3-run shot. The Gatemen lead it by 5.
Number 18, Lyle Lockhart Jr.
You said that the wind was starting to blow a little bit more out towards center, moving from left to right.
The catcher.
That one just a line drive that kept carrying and carrying and carrying, eventually got out.
Luke Roscom with a lot of pop in his bat, trying to show off what he can do now. 5-0, Gatemen lead it. One of the free passes coming back to bite. Nathan Wiles, hard ground ball right side. Martinez had him played perfectly, but it's actually Dashbach that comes up with the ball and fires over to his pitcher Wiles. 1-3 put out for those of you keeping score at home. 1 away here in the 4th.
The right fielder from Michigan, number 8, Dominic Clementi.
If I said 1-3, I meant 3-1. That's my apologies. Dominic Clementi, the batter, got his first hit of the year. Infield single over to Martinez back in the third inning. Batting for the second time in as many innings. Batting with 1 out here instead of 2, though. Came around to score on that Andrew Vaughn base hit. Swing and a miss at that one, 0-1. Two in the third, 3 in the fourth for the Gatemen. They lead at 5-0 over the red-hot YD Red Sox in Game 1. On deck, Jeremy Idens, he's 1 for 2. Came around to score on the errant throw. Second Gateman run of the day at that point. 1-1 rocketed right to Martinez. Couple of line drives coming his way. He makes the grab for out number 2.
And that's been kind of what we've seen from Dom Clementi this year. A couple of them have been strikeouts, but a lot of hard hit balls right at fielders for the opposing team. And if you put that up the middle or you put that in a gap, that's a single easily for Dom Clementi, but it just hit right at the glove of Martinez.
So we'll have to wait one more at bat. Meanwhile, Idens skies the first pitch he sees into shallow left field. Quinn Cotton comes in on it and makes the grab. But the Gatemen strike big. Lyle Lockhart Jr., his first big fly of the year, brings in 3. Wareham leads at 5-0 at Red Wilson Field. We'll be right back with the bottom of the 4th inning on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Founded in 1854, the Wareham-based AD Makepeace Company is the world's largest cranberry grower and private property owner in eastern Massachusetts. The company supports organizations like the Wareham Gatemen and projects like the outdoor cranberry bog classroom that you may have passed on your way in. Visit admakepeace.com to learn more.
Located in Wareham Crossing, Coastal Orthodontics, longtime sponsor of the Wareham Gatemen, knows the importance of a healthy smile. Dr. Kevin Oliveira and his team at Coastal Orthodontics are a patient-focused practice, delivering professional, effective orthodontic treatment based on the individual clinical needs of each patient, resulting in beautiful smiles in a timely manner. With 10 years of experience using Invisalign, Coastal Orthodontics uses the most up-to-date dental equipment.
Village Signs of Mattapoisett. They do it all, from logo design, trucks and buildings, to boats. Village Signs has proudly served southern New England for over 35 years. Visit them at villagesigns.inc.com for all your signage needs.
Welcome back to Red Wilson Field. Gatemen now lead at 5-0, and for the rest of the action, I'm going to throw it over to my color man, now play-by-play man, J.D. Rachi.
Thank you very much, Enrique. And it's a new pitcher on the mound for the Gatemen here in the bottom of the 4th inning. An excellent day for Cade Cavalli is done. And now it'll be the right-hander from Hartford, Nathan Florence. Florence coming off his sophomore season, 6'2", 200 pounds, from Wilbraham, Massachusetts, out on the western part of the state. A 3.78 ERA this season for the Hawks, 15 games, 85 2/3 innings pitched, 91 hits, 41 runs, but only 26 of them earned, 28 walks, and 93 strikeouts in those 85 innings. So Nathan Florence was excellent this season at Hartford. He also had himself a pretty good outing the last time out for the Gatemen. Pitched one time, 2 1/3 innings. He gave up 3 hits, but the 3 runs, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. First batter he'll face is Andrew Martinez, and his first pitch misses low, 1-0. Martinez 0 for 1 today, grounded out to shortstop in the second inning. Florence working out of the full windup, the 1-0 pitch. Swung on and popped up back and left. Austin Shenton calling off Luke Roscom, and he makes the play in foul territory for the first out of the inning.
1 up, 1 down, got some weak contact off the bat, I should say, of Andrew Martinez, out of the hand of Florence. That's where I was going with that one. Got a fastball in there, and Florence trying to be aggressive early, chased it, but wasn't the one he wanted. Now the 1 out, here's Matt Dyer.
Dyer, the 6'4", 174-pound catcher from Arizona, strides in. First pitch from Florence to the lanky right-hander, shows bunt, pulls it back, breaking ball misses below the knees, 1-0.
Final line on Cade Cavalli officially. 2 hits given up over 3 innings of work, scoreless. 4 walks and 4 strikeouts for Cavalli.
1-0 misses, 2-0. Dyer has yet to play this season for Arizona. Transferred from Oregon, so he sat out this year. 2-0, called strike at the belt, 2-1.
Moved way the heck down the coast in the Pac-12. Now teammates with third baseman Nick Quintana here at YD as well.
The 2-1 from the right-hander Florence, swung on, slap foul right side, and it's 2-2.
Bit of a late swing on that low offering from Florence. You saw, I think, Dyer was protecting there and just kind of pushed that one up the first base line.
Florence shakes off the sign, now says yes to the second. Rocks back, the 2-2 pitch is waved on and missed. Nice breaking ball on the inner half from the right-hander Florence. His first strikeout of the day, and as always, it's brought to you by Lang, Exa, Forrest, and Bullard, the official strikeout sponsor of the Wareham Gatemen. So now Johnny DeLuca, affectionately nicknamed JD, wonder where I've heard of that one before, strides in from the left side. The first pitch to him here from the right-hander Florence misses low. It's 1-0. DeLuca without an official at-bat thus far today. His first plate appearance, he walked back in the second inning against Cade Cavalli. The Oregon Duck in the batter's box. 1-0 pitch from Florence. Just misses a little bit high according to the home plate umpire. He pointed up to the sky, just missed over the belt of DeLuca. 2 balls and no strikes now. Florence takes a deep breath, rocks back, kicks high and fires the 2-0. Swung on, fouled off the leg of DeLuca, and it's 2-1.
Continually surprises me how guys are able to blast fastballs off feet, ankles, shins, and sometimes you see if you get one off the foot, you'll see it hits a particular spot, and guys will, they'll rock back and forth in pain. But DeLuca, stalwart there at the plate.
2-1, up above the belt once more, and it's 3-1 now. So Nathan Florence, a good job to retire the first 2 batters he faced pretty efficiently. And now a 3-ball, 1-strike count to Johnny DeLuca. Here comes the pitch. Fastball misses upstairs, and a 5-pitch walk to DeLuca with 2 outs. And that'll turn the lineup over to the top of the order and Zach Ashford.
Getting his third at-bat. Yeah, a bit of a bummer as, like you said, Florence was working pretty efficiently there. But a couple spots that he couldn't hit. DeLuca aboard here with 2 down.
Ashford 0 for 1 today, flied out to center field in his first at-bat and then walked in the second. Florence working out of the stretch for the first time today, comes set chest high, the pitch home. Blocked by Roscom, breaking ball that broke about 4 or 5 feet in front of the plate. A ball and no strikes to Zach Ashford out of Fresno State. Ashford coming into today, hitting .289, 3 walks and 5 RBIs this season for YD. The 1-0 from Florence. Fastball, nice pitch on the inner half, right at the knees, 1-1.
Yeah, really good pitch, very well located. I think that's exactly what Roscom was asking for.
Ball and a strike to the left-handed hitter from Fresno State, Zach Ashford. Red cleats and red socks peeking out from underneath his white slacks. This one hit on a line over the head of Austin Shenton. Took an odd hop off the lip of the grass at third base. Will likely be scored a single because there was really not much else Austin Shenton could do, but now the YD Red Sox are in business. Runners at first and second with 2 outs for Christian Koss.
Yeah, that was really interesting. I'm prematurely scoring at a single. Maybe shouldn't have done that. But regardless, it was a hard-hit ball, absolutely, off the bat of Ashford. But it took a hop, and Shenton looked like he was ready to field it there. It looked like he had it played perfectly, and it hopped over his right shoulder into left field.
Florence once again out of the stretch. The pitch home to Cross. Misses low. It's 1-0.
You do, in fact, rule it a single. I think absolutely the right call there. First and second here with 2 down. Red Sox trying to claw back into this one.
Koss 0 for 2 today. Grounded out to the second baseman Oliver Dunn in the first and struck out looking in the second against Cavalli. 1-0. Called strike at the knees. It's 1-1.
Really good pitch, really good frame as well by Roscom.
Right-handed hitting Christian Koss out of UC Irvine. Red stirrups and white socks today for him underneath the white and red pants for the YD Red Sox. Holds a black bat and white batting gloves, the 1-1. Swung on, roped foul toward the Gatemen dugout, and it's 1-2.
Little number did not have the timing right on that one, but made contact with it and sent it foul. Sometimes that's all you can hope for on a pitch like that. Now he gets new life. Florence going to have to beat him again.
Nathan Florence, the right-hander out of Hartford. Ball and 2 strikes to count to Christian Koss. Runners at first and second for YD. They trail it 5-0 here in the fourth. The pitch home. Inside, and it's 2-2.
I'm okay with that spot, and he's had really good success painting the low corners with that fastball so far, has Florence. So I'm fine with that pitch on 1-2, and still, like you alluded to earlier, still technically ahead in the count, 2-2. With 2 down here, but Koss a pretty dangerous hitter in his own right.
Florence stares in, gets the sign, comes set, belt high. Looks back at second. The pitch is waved on and missed. Out in front of a nasty changeup from the right-hander Nathan Florence, and the side is retired. So a walk and a single sandwich in between 3 outs for the YD Red Sox. They leave 2 as we head to the top of the 5th. Still no score for the Red Sox, but it's a 5-0 lead for the Wareham Gatemen on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
The Gatemen wish to thank Patty Wild and the trustees of the John Wild Charitable Trust for their continued support of Gatemen Baseball in Wareham.
South Coast Health, operators of Charlton Memorial Hospital, St. Luke's Hospital, and Toby Hospital, delivers an unmatched combination of clinical excellence with a personal touch. They are proud to serve as southeastern Massachusetts and Rhode Island's only not-for-profit health system, as well as the region's largest employer. South Coast Health, the best care plus something more.
One of the Gatemen's favorite places for their post-game meals is Cool Cone, where you can get anything from fried clams and fried chicken to an ice cream sundae, and then top it all off with a round of mini golf. Cool Cone, located on Route 6 on the Wareham-Marion line.
Nathan Wiles back to the mound for his 5th inning of work. Top of the 5th inning from Red Wilson Field. A 5-0 lead for the Wareham Gatemen over the YD Red Sox in game number 1 of a doubleheader, the second Sunday doubleheader of the season. It'll be 2-3-4 to lead it off for the Gatemen. Oliver Dunn, Andrew Vaughn, and Bryant Packard for Wareham. Oliver Dunn is 0 for 1 today. Struck out looking in the first inning and then was hit by a pitch in his last plate appearance in the 3rd. Wiles, the tall right-hander from Oklahoma, kicks and fires. First pitch low below the knees, and it's 1-0. Ball and no strikes to the Utah Ute Dunn. Back in the lineup for the first time in a couple of days. The 1-0 misses up below the, or above the belt, I should say, and it's 2-0. Dunn came into this game hitting just .125 on the season, but his numbers at Utah were impressive. Hit .319 in a very tough Pac-12 conference for the Utes. Wiles brings the red glove in front of his face, rocks back, kicks high, and the 2-0, is swung on, hit toward the shortstop under the glove of the shortstop Christian Koss and into center field for a base hit.
Unequivocal E6 there, as Koss had plenty of time on that one, the shortstop from UCI, and he seemed like he had, like you said, he had plenty of time on it, was settled on it, and decided to take a backhanded stab at it. I mean, he was ranging to his right, so I guess a backhand maybe is in order if you're comfortable with that. But that was surprising. Just seemed a little lackadaisical.
So Oliver Dunn moves up to first. We'll wait to see if it is indeed scored an error. Looked like it from here, but we'll have to wait for the official score. Now Andrew Vaughn strides in. An RBI single back in his last at-bat in the 3rd. This one is swung on and clobbered high and deep to center field, and you can forget about it. That one is way out of here.
Run number 5 on the season for the first base.
Andrew Vaughn's 5th home run of the season brings home 2 runs, and it's 7-0 Gatemen. My goodness, that thing was scorched.
That was absolutely cranked. How about Andrew Vaughn going out in style, his last day in a Gatemen uniform? And everyone knew it as you heard a hush fall over an already pretty quiet Red Wilson Field. But Vaughn knew it too. There was no rush in his step out of the box. He started trotting immediately. And like you said, that thing was way gone, but it was way gone to dead center. And not a cheap fence here at Red Wilson Field. The thing's 15 feet tall.
Absolutely mashed off the right-handed bat of Andrew Vaughn. And the second home run of the day for the Gatemen. Lockhart with a 3-run shot in the 4th. And now a 2-run homer from Vaughn in the 5th. And that will spell the end of the day for the right-hander Nathan Wiles. Tough to argue with the decision here from the YD Red Sox coach, Scott Pickler, coming out and relieving Nathan Wiles. That'll be 7 earned runs charged to Nathan Wiles today. New pitcher on the mound for YD will be a left-hander. We'll give you the stats on him coming up on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
The Beach House Grill at Chatham Bars Inn Resort and Spa is the perfect spot for a seaside lunch or evening clam bake. A proud member of leading hotels of the world.
One of the area's best restaurants is located right up the street, Brewfish Bar and Eatery. Brewfish offers 20 rotating craft beers on tap and creative pub food. Check out their off-the-menu brunch with a Bloody Mary bar and $5 mimosas on Sundays. Join us for outdoor dining and drinks under the tent, or for live music every weekend, located on Route 105 in Marion.
Beat the heat and join us at Waterways, a water experience unlike any other this side of the bridge. Open daily, head over to the water park on Route 28, the Cranberry Highway.
Seven to nothing, the lead for the Wareham Gatemen in game 1 of a doubleheader. And a new pitcher on the mound for the YD Red Sox is Mitchell Turansky, the left-handed 6'3" pitcher out of Michigan State. Tough outing today for the right-hander Nathan Wiles from Oklahoma, out-dueled by his Oklahoma teammate Cade Cavalli on the mound, and now it'll be Turansky to deal with another tough hitter in Bryant Packard. This season at Michigan State, it was a good one for Turansky. 2.42 ERA, 44 2/3 innings out of the bullpen, 37 hits, 20 runs, only 12 of them earned though, 15 walks and 54 strikeouts.
But here on the Cape, Turansky has gotten absolutely shelled. In 2 outings, racked up a 20.25 ERA and plunks the first guy he sees. Visibly frustrated at that one is Packard. He's aboard with nobody out. And Turansky, he gave up 3 earned runs in 1 inning of work against Katuitt, an 11-3 blowout loss there. And in a 10-9 win over Bourne, gave up 3 earned runs in an inning of work and actually got the win in that one. Funny how baseball works sometimes.
That's why I will forever say that wins and losses for pitchers do not matter.
I agree.
Silly stat. Turansky, the left-hander, working out of the stretch. His first pitch to Austin Shenton misses down and away. Breaking ball. Looked like a slider possibly. And it's 1-0. So Bryant Packard on at first, being held on by Andrew Dashbach. 3 lefties in a row here for the Gatemen. So a smart move from Pickler to head into the bullpen and pull a left-hander out. The 1-0 waved on and missed. Good fastball from Turansky, and it's 1-1.
Final line on Nathan Wiles, like you said, bit of a tough day for him. 4 innings of work, 6 hits, 7 runs, 5 of them earned. 1 walk, 2 strikeouts as well for the sophomore from Oklahoma.
So a ball and a strike to count. Turansky comes set, working from the third base side of the rubber. The pitch home. Looping breaking ball in on the inside inner half of the strike zone for a called strike. And it's 1-2. Turansky peers into his catcher Dyer for the sign. Gets one he likes. Comes set, left foot slightly more toward first base than the right. The 1-2 is swung on and roped into the left center field gap and down for a base hit. Around second, heading for third is Bryant Packard. He'll pull into third on a single from Austin Shenton. Now there's runners at the corner, still nobody out for Bryson Stott.
I like the sound of this. I mean, 7-0 already, but add a couple more, have a stat padding day. Why not? Gatemen, despite a very potent offense that leads the league in runs, 7th in batting average as a team, 238 coming into today. Obviously, those numbers are going to be inflated a little bit today.
And that's one of the big parts of this Gatemen offense is simply manufacturing runs. That has been the name of the game for the Gatemen this season, moving guys over on walks and errors and wild pitches and heads-up base running. It's all been great for the Gatemen this year as the first pitch to Bryson Stott is a called strike on the outer half, 0-1. Stott 1 for 2 today. Double and a run scored back in the fourth. The 0-1. Swung on, popped up, foul back and left, and that'll get out of play over the chain link fence and over the press box here at Red Wilson Field. Oh, 0-2 the count. Taransky comes set. Peers into his catcher, the pitch home. Called strike 3 right at the knees. Nice fastball from Taransky. His first strikeout of the day, just the third for YD pitching here in the fifth. And there's one out and runners at the corners for Lyle Lockhart.
Impressive from Taransky, bouncing back with an aggressive 2-strike pitch. He went after Shenton there, or Stott, excuse me, and got a desired outcome.
So Lyle Lockhart, the switch hitting DH from Houston, strides in. Batting from the right side for the first time today. His last at bat, a pretty good one for him. Batting from the left side, a 3-run bomb to right center field. First pitch from Taransky comes in, misses above the belt, 1-0. Runner on at first is Austin Shenton. Bryant Packard on at third base. Already 2 runs across the score on a moonshot home run from Andrew Vaughn in this inning. 1-0 the count. Taransky comes home. Misses outside and high, and it's 2-0.
It looked like it was going to be just the opposite kind of day to start things off for the Gatemen. The first 8 guys were sat down in order, and then a weak infield single off the bat of Dominic Clementi. But the Gatemen, like you said, they've manufactured some runs, but they've hit the long ball today as well. 5 runs. Most recent 5 coming by way of the homer.
2-0 the count to the switch hitting, batting right, Lyle Lockhart. He waves and misses at a nice fastball. Way behind that pitch. 2-1. Lockhart before the home run grounded out to the second baseman Andrew Martinez back in the third inning. That started the third. That was the scene for the first 2 runs of the day for the Gatemen. 2-1 misses inside and low, good block by Dyer, 3-1. Lyle Lockhart out in front, 3-1. Don Sneden telling him 1 pitch, 1 location. Very much a hitter's count for him. Runners at first and third with just 1 out. The left-hander Taransky comes set, the 3-1 pitch. Outside and high. And now their bases will be loaded once again for the Gatemen. Second time today, we can say that. And now Luke Roscom will stride in from the left side.
Seems like it just doesn't stop getting ugly. It's that kind of game today for YD pitching. Luke Roscom with a big opportunity here to knock in a couple of base runners. He's got a couple RBIs on the year. Come via the ground out and the base knock, and he's shown the pop that he showed in Nebraska. He's brought that to the Cape finally after a bit of a rough start to the season offensively. And Roscom today, hard hit ball over to the second baseman Andrew Martinez as well as a ground out today.
First pitch to the left-handed hitting Roscom is a fastball, misses inside, 1-0. Roscom, as you mentioned, Henrique, lined down to Andrew Martinez in the third and grounded out weakly 3-1. First baseman to pitcher back in the fourth. Ball and no strikes, bases loaded, 1 out here in the bottom of the fifth. 1-0 fouled off back and left, and it's 1-1, excuse me.
Yeah, he took a rip at that high fastball and just missed it. 1-0, that one you can see in his body language. Just the way his body ended up post-swing.
Couple of Big Ten opponents. Mitchell Taransky from Michigan State on the mound. The Nebraska Cornhusker, Luke Roscom at the plate. 1-1, down low, 2-1. Roscom wearing the Nebraska Cornhuskers Under Armour on his left sleeve. Red batting gloves as well, gripping a black bat. Red cleats from underneath the gray pants today for the Gatemen. 2-1 from Taransky. Swung on and roped down the right field line, but foul.
That's tough. Another good swing. He put a charge into that one. Luke Roscom has gotten a couple on the screws today. He straightens that one. He straightens that one out. That's a 2, maybe a 3-run double.
2-2 the count, 1 out. Bottom of the 5th. Gatemen have the bases loaded, trying to add to a monstrous 7-0 lead. Mitchell Taransky, the left-hander from Michigan State, comes set. His pitch to Roscom is swung on. Diving stop by Dashbach. Fakes to second, can't get him there. He'll throw back to first for the out. But coming in to score from third base is Bryant Packard. So Dashbach saves possibly 2 runs with a diving stop, but nonetheless Packard comes in to score. It's 8-0 Gatemen.
Tough one there for Roscom, but an RBI for the Gatemen catcher. You hit the ball hard on the ground, good things will happen. That one, like you said, hard hit. Dashbach had to make a real effort at it. Saved a couple runs there, but the Gatemen now lead it by 8.
Still a pair of runners in scoring position for the Gatemen. Lyle Lockhart up to second. Austin Shenton up to third on the RBI ground out from Luke Roscom. Dominic Clemente striding in, 1 for 2 today. Singled and scored in the third and then lined out hard to the second baseman Martinez in the 4th. First pitch from lefty to lefty, misses low below the knees, and it's 1-0. Clemente breaking the 0 for 18 coming into this game. Now 1 for 20 on the season. Ball and no strikes from the left-hander Taransky. The pitch is waved on and missed, 1-1.
He was a little behind the fastball there on 1-1. And like you can hear, I could hear Don Sneden saying out of my headset, get out of it early.
Taransky shakes off the sign from his catcher Dyer. Gets in one he likes, now comes set, the 1-1 pitch. Called strike, inner half, 1-2. 1-2, 2 outs. Runners at second and third. Gatemen trying to add to an 8-0 lead. The 1-2 pitch from Taransky comes home. Called strike 3, inner half, right at the knees for Dominic Clemente. And mercifully for the YD Red Sox, the side is retired. Clemente not pleased, now jawing with the umpire as he walks off the field, but not before the Gatemen score 3. A 2-run bomb from Andrew Vaughn got it started, and then an RBI ground out for Luke Roscom with the bases loaded. Finished off a 3-run inning in the 5th. It's 8-0 Gatemen as we head to the bottom half of the 5th inning, and now Mary Orders has Don Sneden. Pretty good start to the game for his Gatemen. We'll have to see what he says right now with our very own Mary Orders.
Thanks, guys. Now, Coach, the first 8 hitters for the Gatemen went down in order, but things have kind of switched around here. We're up 8-0. What's been working?
Well, their pitcher was just pitching us backwards, and our hitters finally made some adjustments to that. We were able to get a few guys on, and it's a small porch out here, so we're not comfortable with that 8-0 lead. In this park right here, you can score 5-6 runs in a hurry.
And what pitches did you see from their pitcher that were?
Well, I mean, they were pitching backwards, and what that means is, you know, in the fastball counts, you got off-speed pitches, either changeup or curveball, and it's effective for a while, but then he got ineffective with his breaking pitches. So he had come in a little bit more of a fastball, and we were able to, you know, put some wood on that and score some big runs for us.
And what needs to happen in these next few innings to keep this lead?
We got to make sure we don't walk people and make them hit to get on base. You know, to throw a shutout is unrealistic, really, in this small of a ballpark, but that's obviously what we're going to shoot for.
Coach, thanks so much. Guys, back to you.
Thank you very much, Mary. Don Sneden, wise and fantastic as always for us. Great inside look at what's going on with the Gatemen today, and it's been all offense today for Wareham. And as Coach Sneden mentioned, you know, it didn't look that way at the very beginning.
No, it really didn't. I mean, first 8 guys went down in order. Nathan Wiles was having his way with the Gatemen, and it looked like the offensive struggles were going to carry over from the 3-2 win against Brewster. Again, kind of a merciful, thank goodness, win for the Gatemen, but 8-4 on the year is Wareham. Looking like they're going to push it to 9-4, barring a miracle from YD.
First pitch from Nathan Florence to Andrew Dashbach. Misses inside, a breaking ball. 1-0 from the right-hander Florence from Hartford to the right-hander Dashbach from Stanford. The 1-0 is swung on and hit fairly deep into left field. Chasing it back is Bryant Packard, but it's going to get down for extra bases. Rolling all the way to the fence goes the ball. Dashbach pulling up to second with a stand-up leadoff double. And the Red Sox, as Coach Sneden mentioned, kind of hard to keep a shutout going in this part. They are in business with nobody out in the fifth.
Yeah, a little bit out of nowhere, and that one looked kind of lazily hit. It just hit it to the right spot, and Dashbach got under it, put good wood on it, and out of nowhere, like you said, these guys can score in a hurry. They scored 12 yesterday, or 2 days ago, I should say, against Harwich here at Red Wilson.
Nathan Florence to Quinn Cotton, the first pitch, called strikeout or half, 0-1. Cotton 1 for 2 today, singled back in the first inning, and then grounded out weakly down the third base line to the catcher Roscom back in the third. Florence working out of the stretch, the 0-1. Good block on a breaking ball in the dirt from Roscom. It's 1-1. Cotton coming into this game hitting .324 on the season for the YD Red Sox. 2 doubles, a triple, and 5 RBIs, and that's coming off a season where he hit .390 for Grand Canyon University. Florence takes a deep breath from the belt to pitch. Misses low again. Another good stop from Roscom. 2-1. Cotton wearing a long white sleeve down his right arm. 3/4 sleeves on his left. With an elbow pad facing Nathan Florence. 2 balls and a strike. Florence looks back at second base. The pitch home. Outside and low, 3-1. Cotton takes a deep breath as he strides in from the right side. White batting gloves grip a black bat. Andrew Dashbach on at second after a leadoff double. Nobody out, bottom of the fifth. YD trying to come back from an 8-0 deficit. 3-1 upstairs. Check swing from Cotton. Did not go around, no appeal either. So he's on with a 5-pitch walk, and there's runners on first and second for Reese Albert.
Albert's got a little bit of an opportunity here as the Red Sox, they can score in a hurry. Like I said, they put up a 12 spot yesterday, and Don Sneden looking all the more prophetic, like you said, wise and fantastic as always. So he's just going out there to make sure everything is in order, or rather Jim Lawler is. He's out there to discuss strategy, and you can discuss investment strategy, of course, with Joe Crespi from Merrill Lynch, who sponsors this trip to the mound.
Florence has looked good at times. 2 strikeouts in his first inning of work back in the fourth. But I think this is something we've seen from Florence. Once he gives up 1 hit or 1 base runner, things start to come a little bit unraveled for him.
But with an 8-0 lead, why not show what you're made of? Pretty safe scenario here. You can afford to be more aggressive. Even with 1 swing of the bat, worst case scenario, the Gatemen still have a 5-run lead, but with no outs. Still don't want to play around too much, but a little bit of liberty here.
First pitch from Nathan Florence to Reese Albert, the DH. Fastball misses low. It's 1-0. Albert 0 for 1 today. Flied out to left field in the first inning to Bryant Packard, and then walked back in the third against Cade Cavalli. Florence working out of the stretch from the third base side of the rubber. The pitch home misses upstairs, 2-0. Albert coming into the game today, 2 for 10 in his couple of appearances with YD. But an RBI to his credit. Left-handed hitting DH from Florida State. Florence checks back twice at second, the 2-0 pitch. Misses up above the belt, now 3-0.
J.D. Yearwood's looking a little more prophetic here. 3 straight balls after the walk to Quinn Cotton. Florence got to find a way to reel it back in here.
3 balls and no strikes to the count. Florence comes set once more, the 3-1. Called strike. Reese Albert thought it was ball 4. He started to swing his bat as if to fling it back toward the YD dugout on the third base side, but the home plate umpire calls a strike. It's 3-1. Florence delivers the 3-1. Good pitch. Albert out in front of the fastball, and it's 3-2. Should say he was behind the fastball from Florence. Full count now. Florence has done a good job to claw back into this one. 3-2 outside. So he gets it up to 3-2, but now the bases are loaded after back-to-back walks from Nathan Florence. Bases loaded for Nick Quintana.
And here's where it starts to get a little dicey. Nick Quintana 0 for 1 today with a walk and a strikeout, but pretty good numbers out of Arizona. He's shown his mettle on the field.
Hit .313 this season for the Wildcats. 56 starts, 66 hits, 17 doubles, and he's got a lot of power considering he's just 5'10", 187 pounds. How about 14 home runs for him? 55 runs batted in, all Pac-12 selection.
He showed his pop last summer with YD as well. 6 home runs in 37 games.
So he'll dig in from the right side, a red elbow protector on his arm facing Florence, gripping a two-tone bat in white and red batting gloves. The first pitch from Florence to Quintana misses low, a fastball out of the zone. 1-0. Quintana 0 for 1 today. Walked back in the second before being stranded on at third base and then struck out swinging against Cade Cavalli in the third. Ball and no strikes, bases loaded for the YD Red Sox. The pitch home from Florence. Good block on a breaking ball that broke into the dirt. Luke Roscom has had himself a nice little day behind the plate defensively. 2 balls and no strikes.
That was a heck of a block by Florence, or by Roscom, I should say, on the pitch by Florence. Not only did he get down, but he managed to lurch himself forward into the left-handed batter's box to keep that one from rolling to the backstop.
Now Jim Lawler once again going to go out and have a chat with Nathan Florence. He's struggled here in this half inning after a pretty successful first inning of work in the fourth. Looks like there might be a pitching change coming for the Gatemen. We can't see the Gatemen bullpen down that first base side. But Jim Lawler having an extensive talk here with Nathan Florence. We will have a pitching change here coming up for the Gatemen, so Nathan Florence's day will be done. But all 3 runners on base are his responsibility. The Gatemen protecting an 8-0 lead in the bottom of the 5th inning. YD, nobody out, and the bases loaded when we come back on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
For a nostalgic Cape Cod vacation experience, head to Bay Motor Inn, where guests are treated like family. Located in the heart of Buzzards Bay Village, this 1950-style cottage colony still provides you with up-to-date amenities.
Beat the heat and join us at Waterways, a water experience unlike any other this side of the bridge. Open daily, head over to the water park on Route 28, the Cranberry Highway. Red Shirt Fridays is a national program created
for a
to
nostalgic Cape Cod vacation experience, head to Bay Motor Inn, where guests are treated like family. Located in the heart of Buzzards Bay Village, this 1950-style cottage colony still provides you with up-to-date amenities. The Gatemen thank the Bay Motor Inn for their support.
By 47 brand, HP Hood, Cape Cod Regional Transit Authority, Advanced Embroidery, and the Cape League. Support our troops and join us by wearing red each Friday.
Cody Carroll, the right-hander from Southern Miss, will come on in relief of Nathan Florence. Bases loaded, nobody out here for the YD Red Sox. The Gatemen do, though, hold an 8-0 lead after 3 straight innings with multiple runs coming across to score for Wareham. This season at Southern Miss for Carroll, a 2.23 ERA. In 16 games with 4 starts, he went 32 1/3 innings, gave up 20 hits, 11 runs, only 8 of them earned, 13 walks, and 33 strikeouts. The most impressive part of the stat line, though, is the opponent's batting average, 177 this season for Carroll, and those numbers have also turned on over into the Cape League this season. He'll be making his 3rd appearance today in his first 2 4 2/3 innings. He's given up 6 hits, but he's gotten out of jams. Only 1 run coming across the score, 5 walks and 5 strikeouts for the right-hander Carroll. The first batter he'll face with the bases loaded is Nick Quintana. the third baseman from Arizona, as we mentioned, had a stellar year this year with the Wildcats, trying to get the first run of the game across for YD. First pitch to him here is a called strike on the inner half. He bent out of the way, but no fooling the home plate umpire. It's 0-1. The pitch home from Carroll is swung on and rocketed high and deep into left field. Packard back leaps at the wall and makes the nice catch. It wasn't going to go out, but it'll be a sacrifice fly and an RBI for Nick Quintana. Andrew Dashbach coming in to score, and it's 8-1 Gatemen.
Wow. Thank goodness for that. That one could have been trouble. If that gets over the head of Packard, everyone's coming around to score. Quintana would have been the only one that wouldn't have come around to score. Would have been 8-3. And those are tough to make, tough plays to make as an outfielder. Those leapers at the last second, Packard just misjudged it.
So now Andrew Martinez will stride in to face Carroll. Working out of the stretch, the pitch from the tall and slender right-hander is a called strike on the inner half. Popped out of the glove at Roscoe, but still called to strike, 0-1. Martinez today 0 for 2, grounded out to the shortstop in the second, and then popped out into foul territory to Austin Shenton in the fourth. 0-1 the count, a black shin protector on his left leg. The pitch, called strike, good breaking ball from Carroll, 0-2. 8 runs, 7 hits for the Gatemen, no errors, and 1 run on 4 hits and 2 errors for the YD Red Sox. 0-2, 1 out, runners at first and second. The pitch from Carroll. Breaking ball down low once again. A nice stop from Luke Roscom behind home, and it's 1-2.
And getting his money's worth there is Luke Roscom. He's done a fantastic job. I think just for his own well-being, thank goodness this game only goes to 7.
He'll be replaced by Michael Amditis in game number 2. Both lineups already out for the Gatemen. 1-2 pitch in the dirt, 2-2. The pitching change that brought Cody Carroll into the game is brought to you by the Bay Point Club on Set's 18-hole championship golf course. With a driving range open 7 days a week and senior discounts offered every day, we're always welcome to the public. So go, get to the point. The 2-2 pitch from Carroll is swung on, rope down the third baseline. Austin Shenton tags third for 1. His throw over to first is not going to be in time. So 1 out on a fielder's choice, 5 unassisted, not something you see every day. But that was roped down the third baseline. Shenton gloved it on a backhand, tagged the bag, and then made a nice little throw over, but a little bit too high for Andrew Vaughn. It looked like Martinez would have reached anyways with some good speed down the base paths.
Yeah, but Shenton, a good run-saving grab there as well. Kind of stabbed at it backhanded as that one was ready to hop over third base and into left field. Now pinch hitter here for Matthew Dyer, I should say.
Vito Friscia from Hofstra strides in. First pitch home from Carroll is a called strike to him. It's 0-1. Oh, and 1 the count. The pitch home misses low, and it's 1-1. Friscia this season at Hofstra, how about a .353 average, 5 doubles, a triple, and 7 home runs. Catcher and DH, first team All-Colonial Athletic Association as a DH this season. 1-1 misses outside. It's 2-1 now to the big hulking Friscia. 6'3", 225 pounds. Looks a bit bigger than that in the batter's box. He is a big boy with a lot of power.
Yeah.
The 2-1 from Carroll. Swung on and popped up into shallow center field. Racing in is Jeremy Idens, but making the play on a nice running catch is Oliver Dunn, the second baseman. He was blind to that ball pretty much the whole way. He had to turn around and glove it with a backhand out of the air, but a nice snag, and only 1 run comes across the score for the YD Red Sox. 8-1 Gatemen as we head to the top of the 6th. Wareham looking to add to it when we come back on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Located along the Cape Cod Canal, Keystone Place at Buzzards Bay is the area's newest rental independent living, assisted living, and memory care community. With some of the area's largest apartments and an ultra-inclusive monthly service package, Keystone Place is a life-fulfilling retirement community unlike any other. Distinct assisted living and memory care programs provide personal care services according to each individual's needs. Discover Keystone Place, the best option for meeting the care and support needs of seniors on Cape Cod.
Clobbered high and deep to right center field, and this one is gone, a home run.
Eastern Propane and Oil is the Wareham Gatemen home run sponsor. Each time a home run is hit by a Gatemen player, Eastern Propane and Oil donates a camp scholarship to a deserving youth. Eastern Propane and Oil, we're in your neighborhood.
The Gatemen would like to thank Wareham Country Market for helping to feed the Gatemen players and staff after games. They are located about a quarter of a mile from the field on Route 6, offering a convenience store, a Dunkin' Donuts, and a deli.
Top 6 from Red Wilson Field, an 8-1 lead for the Wareham Gatemen over the YD Red Sox. A couple of defensive substitutions, well, really just one here for YD. It'll be Vito Freesia from Hofstra behind the plate to replace Matthew Dyer. He replaced him as a pinch hitter back in the bottom of the 5th, and now he will replace him defensively. Top of the order for the Gatemen here in the 6th, Idens, Dunn, Vaughn due up. Vaughn has already done some damage today, 3 RBIs, including a moonshot home run back in his last at-bat in the 5th. Idens, on the other hand, 1 for 3 today, a single in the 3rd, sandwiched in between 2 flyouts, 1 to center and 1 to left. First pitch from Mitchell Turansky still on the mound is a called strike, inner half, 0-1. Turansky, the left-hander from Michigan State. Idens, the center fielder from UCLA. 0-1 the count, the pitch. Called strike again on the inside corner. Idens didn't like it. It's 0-2.
Good pitch on 0-2. Hard fastball up and in. Try to tie up Idens there.
High red stirrups underneath the white pants for Turansky as he comes set, chest high, the pitch. 0-2, missed below the knees. Was well located on the outside corner, but a little bit too low for the liking of the home plate umpire. It's 1-2. Turansky shakes off the sign as he twists the ball behind his back. Now comes set at the chest with the black glove, the 1-2 pitch. Below the knees once again, 2-2.
Really good pitch on 1-2, though. That really didn't miss by much. Freesia back there behind the plate. Pretty good frame, but like you said, the only opinion that matters is that of the home plate umpire. He said no.
2-2 pitch from Turansky outside again, so Idens has clawed his way back into the count from 0-2 to 3-2. Full count with nobody out here in the top of the 6th. Three and 2, the left-hander Turansky comes set, high leg kick, and the pitch is swung on, hit out to fairly deep center field. Back, though, and camping underneath it is Johnny DeLuca, and he makes the play for out number 1.
The second baseman from Utah, number 50.
Idens now moves to 1 for 4 on the day. Single and a run scored, but slowing down a little bit from his torrid debut. But a couple of long flyouts today as well. They fly out in the first to DeLuca again. Was not a cheapo. But Idens retired, and here comes Oliver Dunn, who made a nifty play out there in shallow center field from the second base spot to retire the side in the 5th.
First pitch from lefty to lefty, Turansky to Dunn, skips in the dirt, 1-0. Dunn 0 for 2 today, struck out looking in the first, was hit by a pitch in the 3rd, but then reached on an error and scored a run on the 2-run bomb from Andrew Vaughn back in the 5th. 1-0 from Turansky, low again, 2-0. 2 runs in the 3rd, 3 runs in the 4th, 3 runs in the 5th for the Gatemen. 8 runs on 7 hits for Wareham. 1 run in the 5th for the Red Sox, 1 run on 4 hits and 2 errors. 2-0 is swung on and popped up back and left. Freesia sheds the mask, trots over to a shoulder-high gate, but can't reach over the fence. Count moves to 2-1. It looks like there's also possibly an extra screen over there, just over the shoulder-high fence, so Freesia had no chance at that one as it flew out of play. 2 balls and a strike, one out. Top of the 6th inning. Oliver Dunn in the batter's box with the big right-hander Andrew Vaughn in the on-deck circle. 2-1 from Taransky. Swung on and roped into right center field, but having a beat on it the entire way and making the catch is Johnny DeLuca. Back-to-back flyouts for the Gatemen to DeLuca in center, and there's 2 gone for Andrew Vaughn.
Andrew Vaughn 2 for 3 on the day. Obviously the 2-run homer in the 5th to give the Gatemen what was then a 7-0 lead. Singled in the 3rd as well. 3 RBIs for this young man. He just keeps on producing, pushes that RBI total to a team-leading 14.
14 RBIs, 5 home runs this season for Vaughn on the Cape. He has continued to mash. First pitch from Taransky to him, misses below the knees, 1-0.
You could tell from Vaughn's take there as his elbows came in. He wasn't swinging, but he was suspecting fastball the whole way, so Vaughn just trying to get his timing correct here in the first goings of the at-bat.
First time he's faced Taransky today. Taransky came in on relief of Nathan Wiles after the Vaughn home run back in the 5th. 1-0. Called a strike on the outer half. Looked not only outside but also low. 1-1 now. Wind blowing out to straightaway left field. If Vaughn gets a hold of one, could be danger again. 1-1 is swung on and roped into shallow center field. Racing in, but it's going to fall in front of him. DeLuca can't make the 3rd out of the inning. He made the first 2. So now a single for Andrew Vaughn. He's 3 for 4 on the day. In his 2nd to last game as a Gateman. So runner on in first with 2 outs for Bryant Packard.
You see it was actually pretty cool. I didn't notice this, but the Bat Boy helmets don't feature the red W, but as the Bat Boy went out to collect the bat, it just features 2 sticks. So it's like the W if it wasn't connected by the 2 smaller sticks in the W. I can assume those are 2 bats, or at least that's what I'm going to tell myself, because I think that's adorable.
First pitch to Bryant Packard from Mitchell Taransky, fouled off. 0-1.
And that helmet and all the batting helmets for the Gatemen, navy blue with the red W or the 2 bats on them, brought to you by, of course, Gateway Tavern, who sponsors the purchase of the helmets this year.
0-1 the count to Bryant Packard. Packard 0 for 2 on the day. Swung on and hit toward the shortstop. Gloved on a couple of hops by Koss, and he'll trot over to second base and tag the bag for the final out of the inning. Gatemen leave 1 runner on. Still an 8-1 lead for Wareham as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Cam Stewart will have a look around the Cape League coming up after the break. You're listening to Gatemen Baseball on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Located along the Cape Cod Canal, Keystone Place at Buzzards Bay is the area's newest rental independent living, assisted living, and memory care community. With some of the area's largest apartments and an ultra-inclusive monthly service package, Keystone Place is a life-fulfilling retirement community unlike any other. Distinct assisted living and memory care programs provide personal care services according to each individual's needs. Discover Keystone Place, the best option for meeting the care and support needs of seniors on Cape Cod.
Our look around the Cape League for the middle of the 6th. On doubleheader Sunday, things have gone final in Brewster with the Commodores 7-2 victors over the Whitecaps. 3 hits and an RBI by Stephen Williams fuel things for Falmouth in the victory. In the 4th inning at Eldridge Park, a 4-run second has Hyannis opening things up with a 4-1 lead on the Firebirds. And at White House Field in Harwich, things are still scoreless between the Braves and the Mariners in the 6th inning. That's it for our scores around the league. Now back to our announcers, J.D. Rachi and Henrique de Moore.
Thank you, as always, to Cam Stewart. Looking around the Cape League here on doubleheader Sunday. Right now at Red Wilson Fields, it's an 8-1 lead for the Wareham Gatemen over the YD Red Sox right now. Bottom of the 6th inning, Cody Carroll back for his 2nd inning of work. He'll face 9-1-2 for YD here in the 6th. Johnny DeLuca, Zach Ashford, and Christian Koss due up for the Red Sox. Gatemen first time in 3 innings they didn't score multiple runs. In the last half inning, Andrew Vaughn with the lone hit of the inning continues his impressive day. DeLuca, meanwhile, still without an official at-bat today. 2 plate appearances, a pair of walks for him. Cody Carroll working out of the full windup for the first time today. Swung on and hit high and deep to right center field. At the track, at the wall, and this one is gone. Johnny DeLuca, not a big guy, 5'11", 180. But he had 6 home runs this season at Oregon as a freshman. Nick, get another one for him here, the first home run of his Cape League career. It's now 8-2 Gatemen.
And those home runs tied a record for the Oregon Ducks, most home runs hit by a freshman, and continues to show his pop out here on the Cape. Just the 5th hit of the day for YD, but they chip into the lead, make it 8-2 Gatemen.
Now top of the order for the Red Sox, Zach Ashford from Fresno State strides in. His first pitch from Cody Carroll misses outside 1-0. Ashford, the left-handed hitter, is 1 for 2 today. Fly out, walk, and a single to his credit. 1-0 waved on and missed. Nice breaking ball from the right-hander Carroll. It's 1-1. Ashford adjusts his black batting gloves on the outside of the batter's box. Gripping a black bat, long black sleeve on his left arm. The 1-1 from the slender right-hander Carroll. Called strike, inner half, 1-2. Carroll on in relief of Nathan Florence, who came on in relief of Cade Cavalli. Gatemen using 3 pitchers in game number 1. 1-2, Carroll rocks back, kicks and fires. Swung on, roped into center field, and down for a base hit. Ashford picks it up off his shoestrings and delivers a no-out single. So now the first 2 runners for YD have reached. Johnny DeLuca coming in to score on the solo home run. So now a runner on at first, nobody out for Christian Koss.
Don Sneden said it, these guys can score in a hurry. A short porch here at Merrill Red Wilson Field.
Koss, the shortstop from UC Irvine, strides in. Pickoff attempt over, but back in plenty of time is Zach Ashford. No tag applied by Andrew Vaughn. Koss 0 for 3 today. Ground out to the second baseman, a pair of strikeouts for him. First pitch this time around, out in front of a slider. Slaps it foul down the left field line. It's 0-1.
The pitchers there in the YD pen staying warm. As 2 bodies scampered out to compete to field the ground ball.
0-1 the count. Carroll the pitch. This is inside and low, 1-1. Carroll clocking in at 6'2", 180 pounds. Very slender and tall right-hander from Southern Miss in Mount Dora, Florida. 1-1. Below the knees, 2-1. Carroll tucks the black glove into his hip. Runner on at first in a 2-1 count with nobody out. 1 run already across to score here in the bottom of the 6th. The pitch showing bunt, lays it back, and it's going to hit the umpire, and the umpire is down on the ground.
I don't know where that got him, but he is down and he is writhing.
He is in a ton of pain. Both training teams coming to race in. We're going to take a break here on the Gatemen Baseball Network. A scary moment here at Red Wilson Field. The umpire, home plate umpire, down on the ground. We all hope he's okay, but we're going to take a quick break. Still 8-2 Gatemen on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
The Gatemen would like to thank Wareham Country Market for helping to feed the Gatemen players and staff after games. They are located about a quarter of a mile from the field on Route 6, offering a convenience store, a Dunkin' Donuts, and a deli. At the intersection of Route 195 and 28, Wareham Crossing, home of Lowe's, Target, and Red Robin, is the sponsor of the Gatemen Intern Program. They help to provide a world-class internship experience in broadcasting, marketing, sports management, and baseball operations. Check out Wareham Crossing's schedule for this year's Summer Movie Night Series.
Make sure you sign your child up today for the Gatemen Robertson's GMC Youth Clinics. This year we have 5 one-week sessions for children 5 to 14. We also have 2 special sessions for hitting and pitching open to teens. Registration is available online at gatemen.org or through forms available at the merchandise booth.
The 80 Makepeace Company also owns and operates Reed Custom Soils, the area's leading manufacturer of custom soils, including CU structural soil and Rooflight certified green roof media. Reed Custom Soils is also a manufacturer and distributor of baseball infield mix and conditioners. To learn more, visit 80makepeace.com or reedcustomsoils.com.
At E.L. Morse Lumber, commitment to the customer shines through in every aspect of their daily operations, including their competitive prices, complete product selection, and superior customer care. Visit E.L. Morse Lumber, located on Cranberry Highway in Wareham, for service with a personal touch.
Shop from home year-round on Gatemen.org. You can customize your Gatemen gear from any device, anywhere. We offer a large selection of apparel and unique gifts 24/7, 365. Hard to find sizes, colors, and styles. Youth Clinic registration is also available. Visit us today and remember us for holiday gifts at Gatemen.org. Shop from home year-round on Gatemen.org. You can customize your Gatemen gear from any device, anywhere. We offer a large selection of apparel and unique gifts 24/7, 365. Hard to find sizes, colors, and styles. Youth Clinic registration is also available. Visit us today and remember us for holiday gifts at Gatemen.org. Cape Cod Healthcare is the leading provider of healthcare services for residents and visitors of Cape Cod, with 2 acute care hospitals and more than 450 physicians. For more information, please visit capecodhealth.org. Cape Cod Healthcare, expert physicians, quality hospitals, superior care.
Mezzaluna is a family-run Italian restaurant celebrating 80 years in business. Located on Main Street in Buzzards Bay, Mezzaluna specializes in Italian cuisine, a lunch menu that's the best deal in town, and serves Cape Cod's famous prime rib every Wednesday and Saturday. Come enjoy the feast at Mezzaluna, the Italian family restaurant.
At E.L. Morse Lumber, commitment to the customer shines through in every aspect of their daily operations, including their competitive prices, complete product selection, and superior customer care. Visit E.L. Morse Lumber, located on Cranberry Highway in Wareham, for service with a personal touch.
The 80 Makepeace Company also owns and operates Reed Custom Soils, the area's leading manufacturer of custom soils, including CU structural soil and Rooflight certified green roof media. Reed Custom Soils is also a manufacturer and distributor of baseball infield mix and conditioners. To learn more, visit 80makepeace.com or reedcustomsoils.com.
Shop from home year-round on Gatemen.org. You can customize your Gatemen gear from any device, anywhere. We offer a large selection of apparel and unique gifts 24/7, 365. Hard to find sizes, colors, and styles. Youth Clinic registration is also available. Visit us today and remember us for holiday gifts at Gatemen.org. Cape Cod Healthcare is the leading provider of healthcare services for residents and visitors of Cape Cod, with 2 acute care hospitals and more than 450 physicians. For more information, please visit capecodhealth.org. Cape Cod Healthcare, expert physicians, quality hospitals, superior care.
Mezzaluna is a family-run Italian restaurant celebrating 80 years in business. Located on Main Street in Buzzards Bay, Mezzaluna specializes in Italian cuisine, a lunch menu that's the best deal in town, and serves Cape Cod's famous prime rib every Wednesday and Saturday. Come enjoy the feast at Mezzaluna, the Italian family restaurant.
Back at Red Wilson Field on the Yarmouth-Dennis line, the home of the Yarmouth-Dennis Red Sox. Our home plate umpire is up now, still being tended to by trainers from both teams. Scott Pickler's checking on him. Don Sneden just did the same, both managers for these teams. We're still not sure how the at-bat is going to come out. Christian Koss is standing over near first base. He says he was hit by a pitch. The pitch came up and in, deflected off something, and then deflected into the home plate umpire. Don't know whether or not that was off of Koss and then into the home plate umpire, or off of Koss's bat and then into the umpire.
Yeah, he trotted down to first base pretty quickly, and he seemed to be holding something as soon as the attention was diverted. Like we said, after the home plate umpire went down, another round of applause for him as he's golf carted off the field. So we might have a little bit more of a delay here as one of the other umpires is going to have to get into home plate gear.
Looks like the third base umpire, who had been the third base umpire, I'm not seeing him on the field right now, so my guess is he is somewhere changing. And now Don Sneden having a chat with who was the first base umpire. So now it'll be a two-man crew for what seems like the foreseeable future here at Red Wilson Field.
I imagine for game 2 as well, kind of like you're alluding to. But it's been done. You could do it. It's going to be a little tougher. The field umpire is going to have a little bit of a tougher day, but it can be done.
So we'll give you the situation and what's gone down in this inning. So far in the bottom of the 6th, it was an 8-1 lead for the Gatemen heading into this half inning. Johnny DeLuca from Oregon leads off with a solo bomb to right center field. That makes it 8-2 YD. Zach Ashford then ropes a single into center field. He's on it first, and then Christian Koss's at bat is where things get hairy. Koss says he was hit by the pitch. So from what it looks like now, still no official indication. We will have runners at first and second base, nobody out, bottom of the 6th inning, with YD trying to make a comeback here down 8-2.
Put themselves in a pretty good spot to do it. If the situation stands like you were saying, 2 on, no one out for Andrew Dashbach, and then Quinn Cotton will follow.
Two best hitters coming to the plate for YD, putting themselves in a pretty good position to make a comeback, and something that Don Sneden said to Mary Orders in her interview earlier in the game was, you know, this park is not one to be messed with. This one has a short porch. We've already seen 3 home runs today, 2 for the Gatemen, 1 for YD, and things can turn the other direction in a hurry, and that's what's happened thus far. All of a sudden, it was 2-0 Gatemen, then a big 3-run 4th and another 3-run 5th. It was 8-0 Wareham. And things looked like it was going all Wareham's way, and now 2 runs in the last 2 innings here for YD, 1 in the 5th and 1 thus far in the 6th. So now, yes, it will be the third base umpire. My guess was correct. He was off changing somewhere. And the other thing that we haven't maybe talked about yet is Cody Carroll on the mound. This has been a long layoff in between pitches for him.
Yeah, and I don't know where he is right now. He stepped back into the dugout. And I don't think they'll go to a new arm. But, yeah, no, they will not as he steps back out of the dugout. Righty Carroll getting a fist bump from Bryant Packard as he trots back into left field as well. All the Gatemen fielders yucking it up with a couple of the YD base runners. But Carroll will continue things to Luke Roscom. Like you said, the third base umpire with a chest protector and a mask now. 2 field umpires, formerly 2 field umpires, now 1 home plate umpire and a field umpire talking things over. As Carroll gets back on the bump, going to throw a few warm-up tosses before he gets his outing resumed.
So what looks like the situation, what it looks like it's going to be, as we mentioned, runners at first and second, single from Zach Ashford, hit by pitch for Christian Koss. So runners at first and second, nobody out in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Gatemen protecting a 6-run lead right now, but things could certainly turn in the other direction pretty quickly with Andrew Dashbach coming to the plate. He's already 2 for 3 today. Singleton was stranded at third in the first inning, struck out looking in the third, and then doubled and scored a run. The first run of the game for YD back in the 5th.
Yeah, all that YD needs here is 2 or 3 runs here. And they're within striking distance in the bottom of the 7th inning. And the Gatemen, like you said, the 6th inning for them was the first time they haven't scored multiple runs. They've shown they can score runs in a hurry. But they might be, this game might get a little more exciting than the Gatemen care for if they're not careful here.
So now Don Sneden and the new home plate umpire having a relatively passionate argument in front of us. Sneden, I think, still thinks that the pitch hit the knob of the bat for Christian Koss and didn't actually hit his body. That seems to be the disagreement right now.
Well, I'll tell you what, I mean, if it hit his body and then the home plate umpire, his body absorbs enough of that impact, you know, in a significant way to where that doesn't affect the home plate umpire the way it did to send him reeling backwards and having to be golf carted off the field. I mean, unless it just barely nicked him. The only way I could see that happening is if, you know, he squared around a bunt, did Christian Koss, and if that maybe got off his fingers. But if that's off your fingers, that breaks your fingers 9 times out of 10.
It doesn't look like Koss is in any pain at first base, but so a conference between the new home plate umpire and Don Sneden, and now the same on the other side of the field here for Scott Pickler. It's going to be 2 balls and a strike. So it looks like Koss will come back to the plate.
Looking like it. They got to usher him back there.
So yeah, Koss will be sent back to home plate. Foul ball the call. So after all of that, Koss will have to do it again. And now Koss is telling the umpire that he had 3 balls on him. He motioned 3. That's what it looked like at least. But the official ruling from the field umpire, now there's going to be another conference. Things taking a while to get restarted here at Red Wilson Field.
Point streak says 2 balls and a strike. Now, and again, that is the difference between, you know, did it hit any of him? Because if it hit 3 balls, 1 strike now is the count, so they're saying it got none of Koss's bat, because if it got some of his bat, obviously that's strike 2, because the first pitch to Koss was a foul ball. So that would have been strike 2. So they're saying it got none of him. So we went from potentially a hit batter to a ball. Pretty rapid de-escalation here.
Interesting. Not sure I've ever seen anything quite like this before.
But that's baseball.
Weird things happen on the Cape, Enrique. I hate to say it, but weird things happen on the Cape. All right, Christian Koss, 3 balls and a strike.
Here we go.
Nobody out and a runner on at first base in Zach Ashford. So Cody Carroll has a chance to bounce back into this at-bat if he can deliver a good pitch here to to Christian Koss. The right-hander Carroll, working from the third base side of the rubber, comes set in the stretch to pitch. 3-1 is waved on and missed. Good breaking ball below the knees. Got him to chase, and the count is full. Wind still blowing out lightly to straightaway left field. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The payoff pitch is swung on and roped down into left field and down for a base hit. Rolling all the way to the wall, scoring from first will be Zach Ashford. An RBI double for Christian Koss, and it's 8-3 Wareham.
Still no outs. These YD Red Sox, there's a reason they put up 19 runs in their last 3 games and have run 3 straight, haven't lost in almost 5 games. This game getting a little longer and longer. Cody Carroll running into some trouble here. YD just a couple good swings away from being right back in this one.
Andrew Dashbach from Stanford strides in now. Runner in scoring position, still nobody out for the best YD hitter. Hitting 333 coming into this game today. Carroll comes set at the belt. The first pitch to Dashbach. Called strike on the inner half, 0-1.
You can hit a little bit of a reset button here after the wonky extended at-bat from Christian Koss has ended. Yes, there's a runner in scoring position, and Dashbach is 2 for 3. With a couple of really, and I mean really hard-hit balls, but a little bit of a reset opportunity here for Carroll.
0-1, waved on and missed. Nice fastball, and it's 0-2.
Very well located there on 0-1. Low and inside pitch. Andrew Dashbach, I think, is going up here thinking, I'm going to try to put this one over the left field fence at Red Wilson Field. He got a low inside fastball, looked appetizing, but just enough off the plate. Credit Cody Carroll on that one.
0-2 the count. Carroll looks back at second where Koss stands. The pitch blocked by Roscom. Breaking ball broke about 5 feet away from the plate. It's 1-2.
And really good block by Roscom there, too. Drop to his knees. And when a ball bounces that far in front of you to drop to your knees, I mean, you got to be ready. That you're playing a little bit of a guessing game as well.
1-2 the count to the burly first baseman from Stanford. The pitch from Carroll. Waved on and missed. Gets behind Luke Roscom now. He'll have to retreat back, slides to grab the ball, but Dashbach is able to move up to first base on the drop third strike.
It's that kind of inning. That kind of inning for the Wareham Gatemen. Everything that could go wrong seems like it is. On a drop third strike, runners at the corners now for Quinn Cotton. Not the situation the Gatemen want to be in here.
So that will go in as an official strikeout for Cody Carroll, but in the scorebook, it will be a drop third strike. Dashbach moves up to first. Koss is on at third for Quinn Cotton. Cotton 1 for 2 today, singled in the first. Grounded out weakly to catcher in the third and walked in the fifth. The first pitch to him is fouled off to the left, 0-1.
A little out ahead of that one. The left fielder for YD trying to chip into the lead here as Red Sox trail by just 5. In this 6th inning, still no one out, quickly turning into a nightmare inning for Wareham.
The 0-1 pitch is low and away, 1-1. Cotton, as we mentioned, had one of the best years in all of college baseball this season at Grand Canyon University, a .390 average, the 14th best in the NCAA. 1-1. Breaking ball drops in, but missed inside, it looks like. It's 2-1.
That was one heck of a pitch. Didn't miss by much. Cody Carroll's hit some good spots, but he's faced a couple of tough bats in Koss, Dashbach, and Cotton.
2-1 the count now to the right-handed hitting Cotton. The pitch home is fouled off once again, 2-2 now. Carroll ready to go on the mound. Cotton asks for time for the home plate umpire, now steps in. Carroll looks at first. Andrew Vaughn holding on Andrew Dashbach. The 2-2 is swung on and popped foul down the right field line. Out of play, and the count will hold even. Two balls and 2 strikes. Carroll dangles his right arm before coming set at the belt. The 2-2 from the right-hander is swung on, roped into center field, down for a base hit. Koss scores from third, and YD continues to cut into the Wareham lead. It's now just 8-4, Gatemen.
Just move it right along. Quinn Cotton with his second base hit of the day, third time reaching base. He's got his first RBI, and they're just hitting the ball hard off Carroll. He's got a firm fastball, but these hitters for YD just sending them right back to the outfield. 3 really hard hit balls. And the home run by Johnny DeLuca. That was this inning. Seems like so long ago.
Reese Albert strides in now, the left-handed hitting DH from Florida State. Runners on first and second, and Cotton and Dashbach. First pitch to Albert misses up near the eyeballs, and Luke Roscom is going to come have a chat with Cody Carroll. Already 3 runs across the score in this zany 6th inning. Johnny DeLuca led it off with a solo home run. Then Zach Ashford reached on a single, and then things went haywire. The home plate umpire got hurt on a phantom hit by pitch that eventually turned into a ball. Now 2 more runs have come across the score since then. The 1-0 from Carroll. Swung on / foul down the left field line into the seats. 1-1. Albert 0 for 1 today, flied out to left field in the first. Has walked twice since then, once in the third and once in the 5th. Carroll looks back twice at second, the 1-1 home. Swung on, hit toward the shortstop Stott. On to second for 1. The turn from Dunn is in time for a double play.
Wow.
6-4-3 on the double play. A gigantic 2 outs for the Gatemen. Runner moving up to third is Andrew Dashbach.
Those 2 outs were probably the biggest of the entire game for the Gatemen. Hard hit ground ball, but Stott to Dunn to Vaughn. Very well executed double play there for the Gatemen. Now breathing a little easier. 4-run deficit all of a sudden made a little bigger. And that double play brought to you by TM Ryder Insurance Agency. That one comes in for ball 1, strike 1, late call by the home plate umpire. You can package your home and auto insurance for the perfect double play. TM Ryder, steering and securing your course for insurance since 1877.
Nick Quintana, the third baseman from Arizona, strides in. 0-1 the count to him. The pitch home from Carroll. Waved on and missed. Nasty breaking ball. 0-2. Quintana today, 0 for 1. Walked in the second, struck out in the third, and then hit a sac fly to left field back in the fifth.
And that got across what at that point was the first YD run of the day, and now they're within striking distance of Wareham.
0-2, waved on and missed. Another good breaking ball in the dirt from Cody Carroll, and he gets out of the jam. Could have been a whole lot worse, but still 3 runs coming across to score for the YD Red Sox in what was an absolutely wild 6th inning. We're headed to the top of the 7th. The Gatemen will try to add to a 4-run lead coming up on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Learning at Curry College extends beyond the classroom and is embedded in all that they do. Curry prepares students to engage in successful careers and active citizenship with a global perspective. Explore undergraduate majors, minors, and concentrations, including new majors in accounting, biochemistry, and software development online at www.curry.edu.
Get Gatemen gear. Check out the latest styles and colors of your favorite Gatemen apparel. Also in stock, a large selection of Cape League items, including tickets to the All-Star Game. Test your pitching speed and pick up a souvenir ball, all at our merchandise booth.
Since 1950, Morse Insurance has consistently offered the best insurance at competitive rates to generations of clients in southern Massachusetts. If you're frustrated with paying for what essentially feels like just a piece of paper, it's time for you to check out the one-of-a-kind client experience that only Morse Insurance can deliver.
Top 7 from Red Wilson Field, an 8-4 lead for the Wareham Gatemen over the YD Red Sox, and it's a new pitcher on the mound for YD. It'll be the left-hander from St. Mary's, Tyler Madrigal. Madrigal heading into his senior season.
Third base side of the field behind the merchandise stand.
His brother Nick, just a top 5 pick in the MLB draft this season. The middle infielder from Oregon State. Madrigal trying to boost his draft stock here in the Cape League this year.
Yeah, I was going to say, you recognize that last name. At first when I saw that last name, I'm like, oh my goodness, it's... Wait, no, it's not. He got drafted.
He got drafted. He also doesn't pitch.
Yeah.
So the left-hander Tyler Madrigal out of St. Mary's College in California. Collegiate teammates with Wareham Gatemen pitcher Ken Waldachuk. This season for Madrigal on the Cape, 2 appearances, a 3.60 ERA. In 5 innings, he's given up 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. He'll deal with Austin Shenton, Bryson Stott, and Lyle Lockhart. 5, 6, 7 for the Gatemen. Here on the top of the 7th, trying to add a couple insurance runs on to a 4-run lead here at Red Wilson Field. Shenton 1 for 2 today, struck out swinging in the second, walked and scored a run in the 4th, and singled and was stranded at third base in the 5th. First pitch from Madrigal, in at the knees, 0-1.
Madrigal 6 foot 190 out of St. Mary's. Pretty good year, to say the least. Worked pretty much out of the bullpen, had 1 start, but 22 appearances otherwise out of the bullpen.
0-1 is swung on, slapped back up the middle and into center field for a base hit. Shenton with a leadoff single to start the 7th. The last scheduled inning today in game 1 of the doubleheader. And now Bryson Stott will stride in with a runner on and nobody out.
There's the Shenton we know and love, 2 for 3 today. Also came around to score when he walked in the 4th inning on the 3-run shot by Lyle Lockhart. He stands on deck.
You mentioned how impressive of a season it was for Ty Madrigal. How about a sub-2 1.90 ERA this year for the St. Mary's Gales? His first pitch to Stott misses low, 1-0. 19 walks, 54 strikeouts. Opponents hit 186 against him. And somehow a sub-2 ERA is only honorable mention all West Coast Conference. 1-0 pitch. Swung on and popped up foul on the left side. Quintana racing over. Shortstop also coming over, but neither can make the play. Christian Koss came sliding in. They lost it a little bit in the sun, the cloudy skies here at Red Wilson Field, and it's 1-1. Stott today 1 for 3. Flied out to left field in the 2nd. doubled and scored a run in the 4th and then struck out looking back in the 5th. Madrigal, the left-hander, tucks a red and tan glove into his hip. Now stretches it out, comes set, the pitch home. Misses down low, 2-1.
And he can zip that fastball. Well located. It's a really dangerous pitch coupled with that breaking ball that he has. But the fastball, and he really winds up. He leans back, his arm goes all the way back. He fires it from about 2 feet behind him.
2-1, swung on, hit sharply on the ground towards shortstop, under the glove of Christian Koss and into left field. Moving up from first to third on the error is Austin Shenton. Second error of the day against Koss. Pretty much the same as the last one. The ball just skipped underneath his glove. And as you mentioned, the last time this happened, pretty much an unequivocal E6.
Yeah, tough to score it any other way. He was thinking about the double play before he was thinking about the single play. Ball first, it's like they tell you in Little League. And he came up with it, or he tried to come up with it. He came up empty, quite literally. Rolled into center field. Runners at the corners now with nobody out. Another free pass given up by Christian Koss by himself.
Runners at the corners, nobody out now for Lyle Lockhart. He's already got a 3-run home run to his credit today. First pitch, bit for the switch hitter batting right. This is outside, 1-0. Lockhart 1 for 2 today. Grounded out to the second baseman, Andrew Martinez, in the 3rd. 3-run bomb in the 4th, and then walked back in the 5th inning. The 1-0. Swung on and popped up straight back. It'll get out of play behind us. 1-1 now. So Lockhart has had 2 at-bats from the left side. That was the ground out and the home run. This is second at-bat from the right side today. As we mentioned, the first one, a walk back in the 5th inning. Runners at the corners, a 1-1 count. Madrigal working from the stretch on the third base side of the rubber. The pitch home. Breaking ball, called strike. 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes to Lyle Lockhart, striding in wearing a long black sleeve on his left arm. Madrigal comes set, waist high, the pitch home. Misses low, maybe outside as well, and the count is even now at 2-2.
Good frame attempt by Freesia. So he gets another sign from his pitching coach. But not good enough. 2-2, Lockhart trying to do some damage, add on to what all of a sudden is a shrinking lead.
The 2-2 pitch. He did go around. Ball rolls in the dirt and moving up to second base, heads up base running from Bryson Stott. So first base was already occupied, so Lyle Lockhart wouldn't have been able to move up on the drop third strike. But great base running from Bryson Stott. Now runners in scoring position, both of them for Luke Roscom. So the third strikeout of the day, or the first strikeout of the day, I should say, for Tyler Madrigal. Working in his first inning of the day. Now Vito Freesia from Hofstra will come out and have a chat with him on the mound.
Roscom,
go ahead.
I was going to say Roscom 0 for 3 today, but with an RBI and 2 very hard hit balls. A line out in the 3rd. He batted in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Line out in the 3rd. Weak ground ball in the 4th, but a really hard hit and well-placed ground ball in the 5th that took a really great effort by Andrew Doshbach to save a couple runs.
First pitch from lefty to lefty here. Waved on and missed. Nice breaking ball. Cut on the inside corner, 0-1.
Roscom wanted all of that one and got 0 of it. Almost swung out of his shoes. Trying to get back here, 0-1.
Runners at second and third, 1 out, top 7. Gatemen trying to add to an 8-4 lead. Game number 1 of a doubleheader. The pitch from Ty Madrigal misses up near the shoulders, and it's 1-1. Michael Amditis waiting on deck now. He'll pinch hit here for Dominic Clementi should Roscom not ground out or hit into a double play. 1-1 the pitch. Breaking ball came in and got him on the arm. So now the bases are loaded with just 1 out for Michael Amditis.
Roscom finally reaches base. Now Amditis the batter. Amditis a catcher. So we'll see what sort of defensive switches go on as we go to the bottom of the 7th, but that is still a couple outs away.
Check that. Batting for
Michael Amditis, the right-handed hitting catcher from Miami, strides in. this season for Amditis, and 308 on the Cape. This is 6th appearance of the year. He'll be heading off back to Miami pretty soon. First pitch from Madrigal to him. Misses outside with a fastball, 1-0. So Clementi's day is done after erasing his offer in his first at-bat. 1-0 the count to Michael Amditis, wearing a black shin protector on his front left leg. The 1-0 pitch from Madrigal. Swung on, popped up, back, and foul. Out of play. Might have hit a car out there. Noise did not sound good from where we were sitting.
Really hope that wasn't mine.
Yeah, that would be bad. It would be kind of tough for us to get home if you had a shattered windshield.
Oh, boy.
1-1. Outside, 2-1. 8-4 Gatemen, top of the 7th inning of a scheduled 7 here in Game 1 of the doubleheader at Red Wilson Field. Bases are loaded for Wareham. Just one out with Michael Amditis at the plate. The 2-1 is popped up, foul back and right towards us. This one not going to get all the way to the cars this time, but as a couple of youngsters go and chase the ball behind a fence. Amditis, the stocky catcher from Miami, with a 2-1 count against them. The pitch home is swung on and popped up into shallow left center field. 4 players converging now, and the shortstop Christian Koss will make the play. Shenton faked tagging up. Throw into home would have nabbed him easily, so a good job from Shenton to retreat back to third base. And now the bases are loaded with 2 outs for Jeremy Idens.
Nifty play there made by Koss as Costa, Luca, and Martinez came crashing in. An over-the-head catch, spun around quickly, but like you said, a good fake from Shenton at first base. Still 8-4 with 2 down.
Jeremy Idens strides in, 1 for 4 on the day. A single and a trio of flyouts for him. The first pitch from Madrigal to him misses outside, 1-0. Idens coming into this game hitting .308. Got off to a scorching start in his first couple of games as a Gateman. First 2 games at Spillane Field. Pair of doubles for him. The 1-0 for Madrigal. Zipping fastball through into center field, a base hit. Scoring from third is Shenton. Around third to score is Bryson Stott. It's a 2 RBI single for Jeremy Idens, and it's 10-4 Wareham.
Hit the ball on the ground hard. Good things are going to happen. Jeremy Idens didn't try to do too much with that one. Just sent it right back the way it came from. Like you said, Shenton scoring from first, Stott scoring from second. Both base runners doing a good job of getting a nice jump. The lead a little bit larger now, 10-4, back to a 6-run deficit for YD.
Oliver Dunn strides in, looking to add to it. Runners at first and second here with 2 outs for the Gatemen second baseman. Batting from the left side, the first pitch from the left-hander Madrigal. It's a called strike, inner half, 0-1. Dunn today, 0 for 3, struck out looking in the first, was hit by a pitch in the third, reached on an error and scored in the 5th, and then flied out to center field in the 6th. The 0-1 misses outside on a slider, 1-1. Dunn fighting for playing time. We'll have to see how the middle infield shakes out the rest of the season for Don Sneden and company, with Bryson Stott heading off to Team USA tomorrow. Madrigal checks back at second, the 1-1 pitch from him. Waved on and missed, big cut from Oliver Dunn. It's now a ball and 2 strikes to the Utah Ute. Got to admit, the Ute might be the silliest mascot in all of college sports. What is a Ute?
It's someone from Utah. It's like the Illini. If you think that's silly, you got to think the Illini's silly.
Nah, Ute just sounds weird. 1-2. Swung on and fouled off down the left field line. Chasing it is Quinn Cotton, but he won't be able to get there. They were playing Dunn to pull. He went the other way. Cotton couldn't track it down, and it's still 1-2. At least for Illinois, they're the fighting Illini. They're fighting. They're the running. Are they the running Utes or something like that?
The Utes, for all we know, they're just stationary.
They're just standing in place. What's fun about that?
They're just the Utes.
At least the Illini are fighting. All right, enough bashing of the Utah mascot. Ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners on first and second, 10-4 lead for Wareham. The pitch home, Called strike 3, outer half, and Dunn knew it right away. Strikeout number 2 on the day for Ty Madrigal, but not before the Gatemen push another 2 runs across and a 2 RBI single from Jeremy Idens. We're headed to the bottom of the 7th inning. Gatemen looking to close this one out. Coming up on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Village Signs of Mattapoisett. They do it all, from logo design, trucks and buildings to boats. Village Signs has proudly served Southern New England for over 35 years. Visit them at villagesigns.inc.com for all your signage needs. The Gatemen wish to thank Patty Wild and the trustees of the John Wild Charitable Trust for their continued support of Gatemen Baseball in Wareham.
South Coast Health, operators of Charlton Memorial Hospital, St. Luke's Hospital, and Toby Hospital, delivers an unmatched combination of clinical excellence with a personal touch. They are proud to serve as southeastern Massachusetts and Rhode Island's only not-for-profit health system, as well as the region's largest employer. South Coast Health, the best care plus something more.
Bottom of the 7th inning from Red Wilson Field, a commanding 10-4 lead for the Wareham Gatemen over the YD Red Sox in Game 1 of a scheduled twin bill. JD Rachi here with you alongside Henrique Demore. And Henrique, we're going to have a couple of defensive substitutions. It looks like Ryan Kreidler will go out and play some sort of position. He'll go out and play third base. So he'll come in for Austin Shenton. The pinch hitter in the last inning was Michael Amditis, the catcher. So Ryan Kreidler will go out to play third. We'll have to see how the rest of the infield and outfield shakes out. Idens will move over to right field, and then in center it looks like Skylar Hunter out there.
Nope, that is Michael Amditis, I think.
They both wear 1 at the end of their jersey numbers. Can't imagine Amditis would be playing center field.
I mean, I don't think so either.
I'm pretty sure that's Skylar Hunter out there. Yeah,
yep, you're
Skylar
right.
Hunter.
That's Hunter.
So Skylar Hunter in at center, and at third base is Ryan Kreidler. The first pitch from Cody Carroll to the first hitter of this inning for the YD Red Sox, Andrew Martinez, misses inside. It's 1-0. Carroll back out for his third inning of work. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed. It's 1-1.
Cody Kirk going to have to do a bit of a bounce-back job. He got into some trouble in the 6th. The guys just started hitting balls hard off him before we had the umpire go down with what looked like an arm injury of some sort as a ball got him pretty hard. He went down pretty quickly.
This one fouled off the front foot of Andrew Martinez, and it's 1-2.
But credit Carroll, he bounced back really nicely. Got a strikeout of Nick Quintana. Before that, a double play ball off the bat of Reese Albert. So seems to be back in his bag, as they say.
1-2 the count to Andrew Martinez. The pitch home from the right-hander Carroll. Here it is. Swung on and popped up right side foul. Going toward the Gatemen dugout now. Andrew Vaughn comes over. Did he make the play? Doesn't look like it. No indication from the umpire he did not.
That's tough. It looked like he did. I thought I saw him get the glove under it.
So Andrew Martinez stays alive. Ball in 2 strikes, nobody out, nobody on. Here in the first batter of the bottom of the 7th inning, YD trying to come back from a 6-run deficit. Carroll working out of the full windup, black glove in front of his face, the pitch home. Called strike 3, outside corner. Nice breaking ball, clips the outer half. And there's one gone for Vito Friscia.
Number 30.
Third strikeout of the day for Cody Carroll. Very well done. Got the second baseman from UCSB to freeze there. Not much of an argument from him as well, but just really well placed 2-strike pitch.
Third strikeout of the day for Carroll, brought to you by Lang XFR Sam Bullard, the official strikeout sponsor of the Gatemen. First pitch to Vito Friscia here. Clips the outside corner for a called strike, 0-1. Friscia came on in relief of Matthew Dyer as a pinch hitter back in the 5th and proceeded to pop up to the second baseman, Oliver Dunn. 0-1, hit on a line to third base, couple of hops into the glove of Ryan Kreidler. His throw across the bag on a good stretch from Andrew Vaughn is in time, and there's 2 gone for Johnny DeLuca. 5-3 on the putout.
From Oregon, number 16.
Ryan Kreidler now at
Johnny
third base, as we mentioned, with Skylar Hunter out in center. Johnny DeLuca, the switch hitter from Oregon, steps in now. YD down to their final out here, but DeLuca has some pop in his bat. 1 for 1 with a solo homer in his last plate appearance. First pitch to him this time around, called strike inner half, 0-1. Prior to the solo home run, DeLuca was walked twice, once in the second and once in the fourth by Cade Cavalli. 0-1 low, 1-1. DeLuca with long brown hair coming out from underneath the blue helmets today for YD. The 1-1 pitch. Down low, 2-1.
Luke Roscom okay with that, though. Gives an affirmative nod to Cade Cavalli, or excuse me, Cody Carroll. Another double C guy. Cade Cavalli got the start today. To Cody Carroll, he hit the spot that he wanted. So see what he offers. We're here on 2-1.
The 2-1 pitch. Misses low, now 3-1 to DeLuca. Should DeLuca find a way to reach, Zach Ashford, the leadoff hitter and the right fielder from Fresno State, waits in the on-deck circle. The 3-1 pitch from Carroll. Swung on, tap, foul, and it's now full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. DeLuca coming into this game, 3 for 18, a 167 average. Now up to 4 for 18 with 4 RBIs on the season with today's effort. 3-2 the count, black glove in front of the face. Carroll rocks back, kicks side, fires. Called strike 3 outside corner, and that will do it.
That's the ball game.
A crazy game number 1 of the doubleheader. 10 runs come across to score for the Gatemen. 4 runs across to score for YD, and 1 umpire injured in this game. All right, the next 30 minutes will be a period of waiting for us here on the Gatemen Broadcast Network, Gatemen Baseball Network. Game number 2 coming up in just about a half an hour after this game number 1 win for the Wareham Gatemen. 10-4 the final from Red Wilson Field in 7 innings. The winning pitcher will be Cade Cavalli today. Gatemen never trailing in this game. He will pick up the win. Losing pitcher giving up 7 earned runs will be Nathan Wiles. No save for either team today. All right, 30 minutes of waiting time coming up for us now. We'll be right back in just a couple of minutes on the Gatemen Baseball Network.